Good evening, friends. Welcome in. Welcome. I hope you're all doing well. Welcome to Explore the Beyond, Ancient Unknowns, Episode 5. Definitely didn't forget to update the title. How is everyone doing? Let's go to eggs. We have an interesting session ahead for today. And hopefully lots of fun and excitement is afoot. We'll see.
I would have to confirm. Yeah, I do.
What do you?
Oh yeah, it's there. That's easy, isn't it?
Yep.
What do you? Oh no, I'm still muted. Oh no. There we go. You can hear me now.
Hello.
I can hear you, yeah.
That's alright then. I was listening to you, but you couldn't hear me. What can you do?
Sent me a potion.
Oh, I see. Well,
I think originally we had passed them out, but somehow that one kept ending up in my inventory. So
great.
I'm not a pickpocket.
I see. We'll see about that. Who is going to do the recap today? Okay, Rando, you have been volunteered.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Last session we started with the Oni fight outside of Serador's house. It was a bit dodgy. Some pretty big hits, but we lived and nearly took it out, but it escaped. So that's unfortunate. Spent the night in Serador's busted open house. Someone slacked off on watch, and we discovered that the house had been marked by the cult of Semifi with some sort of bronze thing. Don't know what that means, if that's an invitation or a threat. So then we headed off to make our way into the outer city. Showed our letter from the partners. Got through the gate, no problem. Met up with Paladin, our contact on the inside. Basically talked then for the rest of the time about Paladin had a friend who ended up joining the cult and was never heard from again, so either in the cult or dead. Talked about possible plans, learned that Paladin has been in once by going over the wall, but as soon as she touched down, was swarmed by cultists, and then that there is also a tunnel from outside the city in, but again, approximately, I don't know, toward the inside. I'm imagining, I don't know that we knew this, but I'm imagining about when entering that cylinder of space under the outer city, under the old city, once again was swarmed by cultists. So then we decided our best bet was to go in the west side over the wall by flying, since they might have extra guard to the east expecting their missing caravan. They by now have noticed their missing caravan. Paladin showed us to a couple of safe houses, including the one we're now in, which is a larger manor house with several other partner members residing. We practiced a bit on the carpet just to get a feel for flying it, and now we're waiting for dark to enter and see what we will see.
Sounds good. In the courtyard of the manor house, safe house that you are staying in, or at least residing in for now, you get a few strange looks from people when you're kind of testing out the carpet. but for the most part, you're left alone. Nobody really interferes with anyone else's business. It's very kind of hush hush, you know. So you're allowed a few hours of peace as the day tracks on and darkness starts to fall. You're able to take like short rests as well if that's what you need. If you're in need of a rest at all. And yeah, if there's anything else you wish to do, if you're keeping, I didn't want to do that. Great. If you're keeping yourself kind of hidden away, then probably best to stay in the room, or as few people see you as possible. But yeah, up to you.
What time of day is it?
It's getting into nighttime. It's getting dark.
Okay, so the plan was to get over there by nighttime, yeah?
Yeah. How long would it take for us to walk around to the west side?
To the west side, it would take you about an hour and a half.
That's not too bad.
It's getting dark now. Might as well get together and leave, I guess.
So we're walking over there. We're not flying over to the west side and then flying in. We're walking over there,
Yeah.
finding somewhere subtle, hopping on, straight up to get out of kind of line of sight as fast as possible, and then on our way in.
Yeah.
I'll float over.
Are we attempting to... So are we putting on the cultist robes that we have in any way?
I've got my disguise hat on, so I think maybe once we're in the air, I might cast to look like one.
Okay. So that, Temerity, you could wear one. That's some level of disguise.
Yeah.
If we have to, though, I could use this wand that we got from the shop, polymorph you into something that can fly, ideally, I think.
Yeah. Something small that maybe doesn't get detected.
Do you have a preference?
No.
Probably just like a sparrow, then, I think. Are there... GM, are there sparrows in this region of the world? Or what is a common small flying, either bird or flying mammal in the area?
Sparrow is fairly reasonable.
Okay.
Or, there are birds that are similar enough that from underneath, people looking from underneath at them, they wouldn't be able to tell the difference.
Okay.
I mean, bats. Well,
true,
nighttime.
nocturnal. Maybe a bat, since it's night.
Okay.
Okay.
And I can disguise myself as well. I believe the cult robes that we got are probably too large for me, and I don't think we spent time getting them tailored, so that might be the route I go as well.
Okay. Sounds good. So the three of you head off out of the safe house. You're all kind of you've been keeping yourself stowed away in for a few hours. And in some areas the city has emptied out slightly. There's definitely fewer people, but the people that are here are, the tavern goers, the people who are going backwards and forwards to make merry and get a bit drunk. So it's not quiet. There is definitely people around. You see a few people that recognize the two of you, Temerity and Sarador. They call over you. Most of what they're saying is incoherent. A lot of people are already pretty far gone. But the occasional person comes over, tries to get autographs and stuff. But for the most part, you're left alone. You travel around, which is fairly smooth. No major interruptions on the way around the city. And when you come around to the west side of the inner city, or city in general, it's its usual sort of unguarded walls and this being a sort of slightly more lower class side of the lower class in terms of the outer city. There's a few more people walking around a bit more drunk and kind of have to start avoiding people left and right who are either clocking you and trying to come over for attention or just watching you hoping to see some kind of feat of greatness, athletic greatness. If you want to try and avoid them, roll stealth check for me.
Apart from those people that are clocking us because we are us, is there anyone who's following us? Anyone who's...
I mean, it's difficult to tell the difference. For the most
keeping
part,
the distance?
for the people who are, for the most part, people who are following you, trying to keep watch on you, could be drunk, they could be observers. It's difficult to tell. You don't notice anybody who's not rowdy, but it's difficult to discern whether they're rowdy or whether they're putting it on or legit.
Okay.
Can I, because I can cast Disguise Self at will, can I creep down an alleyway or just break line of sight to everyone, cast myself into looking nondescript?
Okay.
And then carry on?
Sure.
And then stealth still, or would that be...
I mean, you can if you want. Yeah.
I'll still try to keep under the radar as well.
Okay. So you sort of sneak away into an alley, cast Disguise Self, and you turn yourself from a fairly recognizable tabaxi into the most generic human you can think of, who, slightly mismatched eyes, nose that's a little bit too big, doesn't quite fit his face, and a mouth that's slightly crooked. Not the sort of person that's going to get noticed. The rest of the other two doing?
Yeah, I mean, I guess I'm trying to also be stealthy and not drawing attention to us as because otherwise it would be useless for Sarador to disguise himself. Not great.
Yeah, I guess. Same. Trying to find, that must be under features. I have my Sphere of Neblin, camouflage. There it is. For advantage, and I will probably also at the same time use my innate disguise self. It only lasts for an hour, but well, actually I don't need to disguise myself. No one knows me. No one knows me, but I will use, if I can find that. There it is. Sphere of Neblin camouflage, and then stealth with advantage, or that actually cancels out my disadvantage, so straight stealth roll. Awesome.
Pretty on brand. So as Temerity and Sarador are doing their best to stay incognito, keeping to the shadows mostly, keeping head down, even disguised and such. Breckec not quite getting the memo. He's very a bit clompier than everyone else, a bit more obvious in his attempts to be sneaky.
I might, hearing my armor loudly clanging as I go, I may go ahead and pretend like I'm with the group that is following the celebrities and down, not the alleyway that Cerador went down, but down another alleyway, just to create a noise of maybe footsteps down that alley and go, ooh, did they go down there? And hope to redirect the crowd.
Okay. Make a deception check for me.
Oh, good. my best stat.
Oh.
That is, again, pretty on brand. Your obvious attempts at being sneaky don't mesh well with your unconvincing attempts to divert people. Cerador and Temerity, also make deception checks as well, please. Right. Wow. Okay, I would like you both, in order, Cerador then Temerity, to explain how you're trying to distance yourself from notice, while Breckec is kind of pointing you out.
I'm going to act drunk a little bit tipsy, and just like, what are you on about, mate? Go away.
You're already disguised, right?
I am, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. As
You're saying that to me?
Yeah. As you're trying to divert attention away, being like, oh, what are you talking about? One of the locals notices and recognizes your voice, which disguise self doesn't change. And even during your act, you're not quite convincing enough, and someone just clocks it and starts paying a bit too much attention to you. It seems normal. It's another man shorter than you, kind of on the stout side, literal cup of ale in his hand, swaying slightly, and he's, thinking like this, swaying. And
is he off by himself, kind of thing, or is he in the middle of a group or something?
He seems to be part of the greater group.
Okay.
The greater group, but you can't it's not obvious any particular social group he's in.
Okay, I'll just can I wander just towards him and just give him a little wink and a handshake, but as a goal to go get yourself another drink, mate. On me, wink. Our little secret.
Sure, you can do that. He kind of looks down at the coin, blinks again, trying to adjust, moving his hand closer and further away. Oh, thanks. He pockets it and turns, his cup of ale kind of sloshing in the cup, and he starts swaying towards the nearest tavern. Temerity, what are you doing to try and divert attention away?
Nothing. I am going to embrace the attention while trying to divert it away from the other two, who are disguised. So I start talking to the group who clocked us, and I try to take all the attention towards me so the other two can slip away.
Okay. There's a couple of ladies that come over to you. They seem fairly well dressed. They have hair nets, and their hair's up in a fairly simple bun with a net around it, and they've got dresses that are fairly nicely tailored. And they come over, and as you're taking the attention, they both stare at you with awe and immediately start regaling you with a tale of the time they went to watch you perform, and you won one of the events and then lost the other because Cerador was taking part. and they start telling you how they heard he was here too and they wanted to see him, but you'll do.
Yeah, I nod along and hope that the other two get the chance to slip away.
Okay. You get a crowd. I mean, a celebrity's a celebrity, even, there's a few that are actually legitimate fans, and you do sign a few autographs. Even, and there are, wouldn't say kids, but that sort of middle teen who should really be at home going to bed, but is out because it's rebellious. Coming over and kind of talking to you and trying to get tips on how to run faster and lift better. Like, genuinely interested. But the other two managed to slip away. Breckec and his, random accompaniment.
I whisper to human Cerador as we're going and say, maybe if they catch up to us again, we could pretend like this is some training for some secret event being planned, and that they should go away and they'll hear more in the coming weeks. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it's dark anyway. Half of them are half drunk. We should be okay. Maybe we'll just do less tricks and more just hiding.
Okay. I'm not good at that, but okay.
You can hide it. I've seen you hide into stone before. That didn't work well either, actually.
No, I can do that. I just can't do much else once I do that. But I don't think anyone's really here for me, unless they heard about my autographs, and that's probably
it. Eventually, the two of you make it round to the western gate first, obviously. And it's 10 or 15 minutes before Temerity follows.
While we're waiting, looking around, does it, not that we have experience with this gate, but does it look well guarded, or maybe what you'd typically expect?
Nothing, no guard visible whatsoever. Which is kind of what you've come to expect from what you've heard and what you've kind of seen being citizens. Not that you've come in here so much, but definitely the indications are that these gates aren't really well guarded, if at all.
I guess we won't try to fly over there from the gate, but we try to find some other location off to the side, a few hundred meters either way. That's a bit quieter.
The only places you could probably find are houses, or there's a few shops that are closed, that you could probably climb to the roof of and fly from there.
Well, we could just walk over to that house over there or something, and just kind of sit out front like we're drunk and wait. Temerity should be this way soon, hopefully. Or we could actually get drunk. I'm not the best actor, I don't know if you've noticed, so if I actually get drunk, that might be better than pretending.
Well, it's pretty soon we don't have to persuade anyone. If we see anyone soon, we're going to probably be fighting to the death. So,
how many people are around this side of the gate? So the western gate, how many people are there? Or the western side, sorry.
As you are approaching, for some reason oh dear. Oh, I made you all invisible. That's why no one's visible.
That's okay. That's easier to sneak in.
But that's not how it works. I remembered I did a thing, and now I can't undo it. Because never mind. I'll delete you and replace you. As you're walking around to the gate, it seems fairly busy, so you would be coming from this direction. like from here.
Mm-hmm.
And then Sarador and Breckec are kind of up in this area. It's not as busy, but there are still the occasional people mulling around. Just doing everyday people things.
Okay.
But again, you also notice no guards on the walls of the city. It's just, pedestrian road, a few houses, a few shops. It's a clear night. Well, a few clouds in the sky, but no rain or anything to worry about.
The people that are walking around here, are those just normal people that would live in this area?
You would imagine so from your few excursions into the outer city. It seems like the norm. Unless you're a noble who has like proper regal clothing, every day outer city citizens tend to wear, nice, well-tailored clothes, but generally quite simple. A maximum of like 2 colors, one solid color and then a like a the like linings and detailing would be another color.
Okay. I mean, this doesn't look like an ideal place where we can just fly our carpet.
You're too far away, I can't hear you.
She says to herself quietly as she's approaching.
Yeah.
I whisper to Sarador, we could maybe hide, like, under or around these stairs, but then if there's anyone from within the gate, they could see us easily. Maybe around the corner, like, over here.
If we get high enough, quickly enough, people won't be looking up at night, really, anyway, you'd imagine. So, yeah, if we're like...
Is this another house in this corner?
In here, this corner is actually... it looks like this would be a courtyard normally, but this is a far less nicely built looking shop that's kind of been built purely for... Almost like someone bought a chunk of land, or maybe bought like the houses around it and then the courtyard inside. Fairly common sort of like block design, but wanted to maximize it and just throw up another building.
Is it semi-dark area, or is it lantern lit back there?
It's fairly dark. A lot less. There's no street lights. It's just sort of whatever candles are coming from the 2 houses at the front. But not much.
So we could strictly just jump on, go up, and then just over the wall from here, and be relatively inconspicuous.
Yeah.
Sounds like a plan.
As inconspicuous as a flying carpet can be.
Yeah, I mean, let's hope no one's looking behind, because when the house is obviously like a couple of stories high at least, you'd imagine looking at them. So by the time we get high enough that people could see us, we'll be like over 2 stories high, and I'm thinking they'd have to properly like, oh, what's that? Hopefully, in the darkness, it'd be okay.
How much movement does it have? Is it 40 feet?
It can go as high as we want, but it goes speed of 40 feet.
So that's like 80 feet a turn straight up if we...
Yeah, in 6 seconds we can get up to 80 feet, I guess.
When we were practicing with it earlier, did we notice any noises made by the carpet?
Basically, the way to activate it is you unroll it, and then you just...
It's got a thick Scottish accent.
Yes, it's a proper Highlander. but you basically just flatten it out and it just starts floating. And then to stop it, you literally do that in reverse. It'll float, tends to float like 3 to 5 feet in the air, and then you just kind of back and then roll it back up, and it'll.
Okay, so it's not making a weird engine noise or something.
No, it's not like a V8. Just,
okay.
It is.
You do have to speak to tell it where to go, but that can be done quietly. Sarador, the carpet whisperer.
Okay.
Yeah. So we're on.
Okay, you're on. And how far?
Yeah.
How far?
I guess we kind of like check to make sure it's the quietest it could be before being like,
yeah,
go.
You know, one of you can be watching, making sure no one's coming past as another one's activating it, and then as you all climb on, it's kind of past the point of no return. Then.
Sounds good.
How far up are you going?
The walls are about 60 feet, right? So
about that, yeah.
We go 80 then, I guess. Or
I double that. I would go even higher.
Okay.
Yeah.
120, yeah.
Okay.
Basically, we want to go way up here where it's crystal clear.
Nice, Ryan.
And I whisper to Sarador, "Don't you dare close your eyes."
Okay. So you all, it doesn't lift like a helicopter. You to like get that high, you do have to move up and across, if that makes sense. But you know, you can do that.
Spiraling up.
I'll put you in the middle of the street for now, just for reference.
And as we crest the 60 feet, I'm looking out.
Okay.
With my observant nature, looking for any kind of motion or anything living that I can see.
As soon as you get over the crest of the wall, again, you don't see anything. It's fairly quiet. There's no movement. I'll put you here so in theory you can see. It just seems quiet. There are buildings inside. There aren't any signs on the buildings because they're not actually there, but I can only do what I can.
So it's not notably different looking from the outer city?
Not necessarily, no.
Oh, wrong person. Sorry.
Oh.
What did you do? Wow.
She's giving me a time out my record now, isn't she?
Sorry.
Oh, I see. You're doing important things that I can't see. All right.
Yes,
so I'll say you kind of get over the wall.
So we're about double that height. The pyramid is still like.
Oh yeah, you're still being towered over by the pyramid, and it's a fair length in. Like now that you're over and you can see into the inner city more, it's surprising how much space is actually here, and like kind of unutilized. It's barely built up. There's a few buildings around the edge, and then the closer into the pyramid you get, the more sparse it is. It's unusual.
Okay, so where are we? I don't just drive the wall.
Currently, I've put you here so that you can see what's inside. But
is there some sort of gate?
Yeah, you're at the gate. You're literally on top of it now.
Okay.
I'm kind of
house of the wall.
Just for reference, I'm waiting for you to tell me what you're doing. I've put you here so you can see over, but I don't know what you want to do.
I think we should fly over before touching down to see if we get any reaction.
Yeah, I mean, head towards the pyramid a ways.
Well, if we need to run away quickly, it'd be better off if we were right
True.
Not too far in.
Paulette mentioned being swarmed when she touched the ground. I wonder about rooftops. Do we want to attempt? I mean, circle the area a bit, but then maybe try touching down on a rooftop, see what happens. Or
okay, I need
more...
Sorry, I got distracted for a second. So what do the houses look like? Like, there's no discerning features on them. Do they look exactly the same like in the outer city? Do they look more noble, less noble, different architecture style?
There's definitely a different architecture style. These buildings look older. Not particularly well maintained. Enough that there's still no holes in the roof, no gaps or anything. For the most part, it is still livable, but there is no it's not like the other side where everything's almost immaculate. This is very much kind of bare bones maintenance, bare bones living, essentially. And it there's a completely different vibe to it. Even the quality of the road changes to, like, where the other side is cobblestoned immaculately, and there's places in the cobblestone, there's like no missing cobblestone, sorry. On the inner city side, the cobblestones are raised in some places, like they're uneven. There's complete chunks missing. There's a whole different vibe to it. You still don't see any people.
Okay, so let's breach the threshold and see what if we get any reaction, even if we just go like 10 feet in or something.
If we're trying to avoid detection, I feel either going quite a bit higher or sticking low over a roof would be a good approach. I don't know which I would prefer.
Okay.
But we don't see any people, right?
No, not currently.
The next test we want to do is like see if we can touch the rooftop, or then maybe see if we can touch the ground. So we probably want to stay this height. I'll go lower probably, I guess.
Go hover over a roof.
Okay.
Maybe we could hover roof to roof for a minute and see if there's any noises we can hear or anything like that.
Okay, so if we drop to like 40 feet?
40 feet, right?
Where the rooftop height would be, or just above, I guess.
Well, the rooftops would be slightly lower than 40, but
yeah,
for the sake of, ease of use, I'll put you at 40.
No I guess, what temperature is it? Is there smoke from chimneys? Is it late enough that
you don't see smoke? There's no like street lamps. There's no light from houses. There's no signs of life in general, really.
Okay, so there's nothing is illuminated in this part of the city.
No.
That's dark, and I've got dark vision.
I got dark vision, but that doesn't help us much if there's no light source whatsoever.
No, I'm just making sure none of us can be blind if it's completely dark.
Moonlit or something, presumably.
There is like natural light, I should probably say, just for fairness. Like there is moonlight from the moon. That's where moonlight comes from. But so it's not completely pitch black. It doesn't go from like illuminated on the outer city side to pitch black on the inner city. But there's a visible difference.
Okay, so should try landing on this temporarily on one of these.
Okay.
I had an idea, but that doesn't help us. Non-detection is one object or creature. I can't hide all of us from detection.
Maybe hide the carpet if possible.
that's just from magical detection. They could still see it. They just couldn't track it.
Okay. You fly in and kind of place yourself over the this nearest building, basically, and almost as soon as you fly over the wall, but due to the speed you're moving, there's like a slight offset. There's an almost it's an odd combination of silence and noise, and you can feel it in the air as well, like small, like a rumble in the air, and then there's a shout, then another shout, and before you really have time to grasp what's happening, swarms of people just start shooting out of pretty much every door you can see in the nearby street. Essentially, it's like I'm pointing at my screen. Down this street here, just a whole horde of people can't sort of shoot out and form up in front of you. I need everyone to roll initiative, please.
Why? Gareth, no! That's a lot of people! Oh no.
Oh, no active combat.
We'll do that.
Couple. Just a couple of peeps.
Just a few.
Oh dear. Oh
No,
dear.
wow.
It's a bad initiative.
Oh god. Hang on.
Okay.
I've found out that there's only a certain amount of people you can select in one go. So that's an interesting
The
tidbit.
rest instantly died, didn't they? Apparently. No?
Yeah, they vanished into the floor or something. No. Great.
How confused Foundry got. It was like, oh, nat 20, nat 20, nat 1. So,
Okay.
a few things happen as we enter the initiative order. For starters, there appear to be, I will tell you this because you've seen these kind of people before, all of the people that run out are wearing the same sort of robe you've seen from the caravan and from anybody associated previously. A few seem a bit more prepared than others. A few have their hoods up, others have their hoods down. You can see the telltale signs of a missing ear. The people in the middle are similar looking in robe and appearance, in that all of the ones in the middle are missing their eyes. And the ones on the exterior in the perimeter are simply missing an ear. So, having said that, we will begin combat, and I will now skip all of these people's turns because they can't actually reach you. And we get to this person who can reach you. That's the wrong keyboard. Rando. Make a wisdom saving throw.
Plus,
That's okay. 16 is fine.
you got +8.
You see one of them sort of, all of them are silent, like they're dead silent. They've come storming out after a shout. They've formed up into this sort of square formation, and only one of them currently you can see mouth moving, muttering something, and then you feel like an ache in your brain that's trying to that sort of spreads from the front of your temple all the way back to the back of your skull. and you feel it's almost like someone's trying to like dig their fingers into your head. You manage to shake your head and get rid of the pain, like get rid of the feeling, but you know, it's unsettling.
No thanks.
Okay, this one. I need to find this. Oh, do I not have it? I do have it. Another one next to him starts muttering and moving his hands almost immediately after the command fails, and you see next to you, Sarador, a sort of deep blue mace starts floating next to you, and that would go away. And if there we go. You've seen something like this before. You've seen people similar to you cast the same sort of spell, and is then going to use it to attack you with it. Problem being, no. Oh Jesus, this is not going as smoothly as I thought it would.
I don't know what the answer is to get into this place undetected. I'm sure there's something we've missed.
Probably, yeah.
Well, Meglo, if it makes your life easier, we can just flee and avoid this combat.
Is that not the plan?
You managed to bat the spiritual weapon away, and it doesn't do any damage, but it's still floating menacingly in front of you. Then we skip a bunch of other turns. One guy has disappeared, apparently. And then we go to this dude, who is going to do the same thing, because they only have a limited... Actually, no. No. Temerity. Make a wisdom saving throw, please. Okay, you succeed. You feel an urging, like, stiffness spread through your body. Something you only ever feel like the day after, like a big athletic event, like proper lethargy and muscle ache. But you managed to fight it off. You're used to dealing with this kind of thing. This guy is going to focus on Breck, because why let everyone else have all the fun? Breck, make a wisdom saving throw.
Do I get anything from being by Sarador for that? Well,
Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
actually.
It adds automatically, don't worry.
True.
You're fine. You have a similar feeling of just like pure lethargy and heaviness and achiness, and you manage to just fight through it. And then we continue to skip through all these dudes because they can't do anything. Come to you then, Breck.
So, from our practice, do I know... Can any of us command the carpet, or this is like specifically Sarador's, the pilot?
I don't know. What does the carpet say?
I don't know. I have to scroll up through a million initiative rolls.
I'll paste it again. You can speak carpet's command as an action to make it hover.
Does it require attunement?
No.
Okay, I would say if there are 3 riders, since it doesn't say anything specifically, it would have to be a kind of either the 3 of you have one pilot, like you agree on a pilot, or all three of you have to agree on an action.
Yeah, like you can only move it once per turn. Like we can all take a turn and moving it. That'd be silly, but
Okay. Well, I guess Breckec's probably not thinking about running anyway. Breckec's like, ooh, that's a lot of people. And we talked about killing people, so so this the second one from the left is the one that has the spiritual weapon icon. I think it was actually the one next to him that cast it. I'm not sure, but so the third from the left is the one that casts spiritual weapon. Okay. Yeah, so Breck, seeing them do that and seeing it waving in front of Cerador's face and remembering, if only I would have prepared that spell today, is going to go ahead and cast Guiding Bolt at that one.
Okay. I believe that hits.
Hey.
It does.
So, damage roll.
Congratulations on your good hit and bad damage.
But I think that is my first successful attack roll this campaign, so...
It is quite possible.
Okay, and yeah, the active effect. So next attack is advantaged against them.
Okay. They have to roll a
And
Constitution saving throw.
Low slightly.
Get this mace out of my face.
Oh, awesome.
Hey.
Hey, I got that mace out of your face.
It did indeed.
And I guess then, last thing I'll do, I guess, is say, wow, that's a lot of people.
All right.
And actually, can I don't know, bonus action with my observant, the ones who did not attack us, what kind of weapons do they have on them? Similar to the ones that attacked us in the swamp?
They're literally decked out the same way. So all of the ones that are sort of encircling, the sort of lesser cultists, they're all brandishing scimitars, like looking up at you menacingly, but also ineffectually. They weren't expecting someone flying to come over and attack them. Basically.
Gotcha. And I guess that's all I will do then, because that's all.
All right. Again, can't do anything. Temerity.
Probably should have
Okay.
blessed us against.
It's
So I can do that.
I am going to shout, okay, get up, and I'm casting darkness
Okay.
on them. Hold on, I lost my spells. Okay, Yathina, you've been playing for so long. Why doesn't this work? Okay.
I was going to start saying the really obvious questions like, are you pressing the right button? Troubleshooting 101.
Yep. So that's my action, and my bonus action. I don't think I have a bonus action that I can do. I could.
I assume if you were piloting, you could not step of the wind make us go even further on the carpet.
No.
Probably not. No. But I'm also assuming that Cerador is piloting.
Yes.
And yeah, that's my turn. I'm gonna leave it like that.
Okay. So, if you do your N10.
Oh yeah, sorry.
God. There we go. Cerador. Temerity has cast darkness, so now you can't see them, which means they can't see you. You know how this spell works. You've seen
Yeah.
Can we see them slightly, because that guidance has a magical glow? It's non-magical light can't illuminate it, but the guidance on the one? Can we still see that one?
No, but you can still feel him.
Okay.
You still know where he is.
So which way do you want to go? Just towards up and towards
back.
the pyramid? There's no point coming out, is there? Let's push on.
I mean, you can try pushing on, but I'm worried there will be more people coming after us.
Definitely up. Maybe in?
Definitely up for now, yes.
Okay, I don't know what range. I don't know what these casters' ranges are, but I'm sure if I keep going up, it'll be fine. First of all, can I dash with the car? I can dash in my movement, but I don't know if I could dash the carpet's movement, could I?
Well, I presume so. That's the assumption I was going on. I was assuming it had 40 feet of movement, and then
it does.
If you used your action, that would become everyone's movement. So, you could double dash, basically. I mean, movement and dash.
Okay, I'll do that. What I want to kind of do though is get to a position where they can't see us, because obviously they detected us magically somehow. But I still want to see if we break line of sight, because obviously they can't see us now anyway. But if we to go away, I don't know. It's hard. I want to go up in the air to get out of range, but I want to get to a position where they can't see us, but they can probably detect us anyway. So does it really matter?
I would say,
go
just to help you slightly. From everything you've been told by literally everyone, the random stranger you met yesterday, essentially. Name escapes me right now.
Hollet,
thank you. To the meeting you had previously with, they seem to act with one mind.
So there's a chance that maybe just one person has seen us, therefore they all have seen us, maybe.
Yes.
Okay.
Question, just to see how things unfolded. Did we see them come out of the houses and swarm towards us the moment we crossed into the inner city, or the moment we touched down?
No, you didn't touch down. You didn't get to that point. Basically, as soon as you came over the gate, it's like you were hovering over the gate. Essentially, you came over to this building, and in the time you crossed the threshold to here, they had all run out, warmed up, and started yeeting spells at you.
Okay.
Another thing I will say, when Pollitt went underground, chances are no one saw her, but they still knew she was.
Okay, so magic detection. Okay.
Some sort of field around the city, something like that.
Yeah.
Okay. Just up for now. Up as far as we can.
The question is, do they know that someone's come in and where they've come in, or do they know that we're where we are at all times? Who knows? Okay, I'll double dash. We'll just dash to go 120 in the air.
The fact they knew right where to yeet the spells means they probably at least knew exactly where we crossed the threshold.
Yeah, and they've run out, looked around, saw us. Maybe. After this, I'm probably going to look at going further in towards there, or at least to get away from these people. I'm thinking if it's only the threshold breaking, they know someone's coming at that point. If we just zoom around the city somewhere else, we might lose them.
Worst case scenario, we gain information and just cross as soon as we can again into the outer city.
Maybe if I offer to join, they'll let you two just go about how you please.
No.
Sure you like your ears, don't you? Not sure. Just really quickly, you can see. Who's got the lowest AC out of all of us?
16.
AC 16, yeah.
Okay. Lowest HP between you two?
60.
61.
Me.
We're basically the same. You know what? I'll save a spell slot. I was going to do Shield of Faith as a bonus for 10 minutes, but probably not even worth it.
Not for now.
I mean, I could always just cast non-detection on myself and jump off and just see if they don't know where I am, because I can't be magically tracked.
Okay, we'll move on to your turn in initiative again, while they kind of fumble in the darkness. So we come back to Breck.
So, I mean, we've flown away where even the one that I can sense where they're at is out of my range, so I don't know that I have anything of use to do other than I guess as we're flying, I'll guidance myself and just take a look to see if down other streets have other. Oh, I might have guided the cultist, but do I see other like through other streets have cultists come out?
From this height, you can see that no other cultists have come out, but it's very similarly laid out, like regimented sort of blocks essentially. Like streets follow the circle of the city. Then there are chunks of buildings, streets, you know. And as you are moving through the city, people are running out, but you're too far away from anybody to do anything. If that makes sense.
So okay. So I guess I'll say that they
make a perception check actually, just because you've guided yourself. So let's make use of it.
Yeah. Come on, Nat 1. Oh.
Hey, nice. With a 25, yeah, that's what you see.
Okay. So I'll say they're following us. They must know where we are moment to moment, because as we fly through the city, they're continuing to come out on the street. I don't know if that will ever end, if we make it to the pyramid, or maybe we need to flee and come up with another plan. I'm up for whatever.
If they can't reach us here, if they can't reach us up here, stay up here and fly to the pyramid.
Yeah, I don't want to take us in.
And we can see if they have any other fun toys that can get us up here. That's true.
Okay.
That's my turn. Or I don't know if we're out of initiative.
We're out of initiative now. As you're flying over the city, now that Breck has pointed it out, you can all see just swarms of what look like ants from this tall, essentially. They're just swarming out, looking up at you, but you can see that they're all forming from different buildings into the same formation. And a few of the spellcasters do try and fling spells at you, but you're just too far out of reach. You can see the pyramid ahead of you. From inside the inner city, you can see that despite it being sort of like a ziggurat in terms of like style, even the entrance is on a platform essentially. It's raised a few sort of maybe 50 feet up on just like a sloped staircase that is like beautifully like almost sharp, straight 90-degree steps out of a material you can't quite tell the origin of from like this distance and height. And as you approach this pyramid, it seems like the city is kind of inclining in this like all around, almost like the pyramid is growing out of the ground. From this height also, from the western side of the pyramid, you don't see any other entrances on other levels. It looks like there's just this one.
And this one is on the western side from where we are.
Yeah, you're looking straight at it because you're at the west.
Okay.
So as we're approaching, are we flying up higher the whole time, or did we go up a little bit more and we're flying level at that?
That's up to you.
For Sarador.
So it doesn't matter where we are, even if we can see them as ants, they're still like...
Yeah, as you're flying through the city, they're still coming out.
I don't see another door, so maybe if we just go up high, we can at least touch the pyramid, see the pyramid, not go for the door right away, and see if we can learn anything from what we've heard. We maybe would be the first to do so and return if we can just do that and make it out.
So our mission is just to see what's up, isn't it? It's not really like go in there, defeat the big bad or anything like that. So
Our mission
Well,
is to
it's
find out what's inside the pyramid.
and possibly get some out.
I say we just go for it.
Go for the door.
Let's go for the door.
But
And
on our
then-
way out, there's going to be at least as many cultists clogging the door.
Maybe. Or there might be another way out, or it
Worst
could be
case,
fun.
I offer myself to join if you two can go. Got it.
No. What we can do is get
You
in.
want to join?
I love the consistent narrative here.
We can go in. We figure out as many information as we can, as much information as we can before we get attacked, and you send a note back to headquarters.
All right. That's we don't even have to go back to send updates. We can just and I as we're flying closer, I say pyramid has one entrance at ground level. Cultists seem to know where we are at all times and swarm out on the streets as we fly through, and I send that through.
Okay.
So there's obviously some kind of blind sight anyway, so there's no point like those cultists that fire spells have no eyes, and it is a hive mind anyway, so it's obviously some kind of blind sight, or they might just know where we are at all times anyway. Unless we can, do we fly around the pyramid to see if there's another entrance at the top, or I mean, is that true? We already checked, or should we check?
Secret entrances. We know that in the swamp at least they had a secret entrance. So.
Mm-hmm. I mean,
worth a
obviously.
shot, maybe.
But also, some of these cultists, most of these like peasant cultists variants, might not be allowed in the pyramid. I know they could probably guard the outside, but there's a chance maybe, even if we're inside, they won't be allowed in there.
True. So if we cross a certain distance, maybe they will have rules against pursuing us and leave us be.
And then we just have to fight the even tougher ones, probably that are inside already.
Yeah, I've never been in this kind of pyramid before. So.
Is it worth pulling back now when we've already made it here?
I definitely
Because
think
if
we should at least touch it.
If we pull back now, they will know that we will try another way, and they might take precautions.
Yeah. And I guess we could. So they might also be able to track us forever now.
And they attacked us immediately, so that makes me. We did come in. I assume that means that the symbol was not an invitation. So.
Actually, Pollitt didn't get attacked again, though. She's been on the outside, so. And they knew she was there.
Is there a point trying out putting the cloaks on to see whether that protects us magically from anything? It might not be, but it's a Hail Mary.
I could put on one of the cloaks and cut off my ear.
I'm guessing they're not magical cloaks, are they?
You haven't sensed any magic from them.
So the cloaks aren't magical or anything, so I can't imagine how they'd prevent anything. The only other thing is we could fly back out and then fly up really high again, then do the whole drop down thing like we mentioned originally, but as soon as we get to a certain point, they might just detect us anyway. Should we just go for it and just have a little nose?
Yes.
Always fly back out and just fight our way through for a little bit.
No, go and have a little nosy around, and then fly as high up as we can, and then back out. Maybe a different way out.
Okay, so actually, how about now then? We fly up as far as we can for a couple of minutes. So maybe they might lose sight of us and everything, and then we come back down again.
Yeah, sure.
Just for the sake of it. Just maybe get out of the range of whatever it is, and then they might go, oh, false alarm, let's go back to our cutting the ears off.
How tall is the pyramid? 900 feet or something?
Yeah.
Let's fly to the top of the pyramid. Fly over the top of the pyramid.
Let's go 1500. Let's not try to not double it.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
And hopefully we don't. Hopefully there's nothing bad that we go past the boundary of the sky. I've never been that high before.
That's only 500 meters. It's not that high. I mean, if we fall,
you
it's
don't know.
high.
I was going to say, you try falling from height 500 meters. 1d6 per 10 feet.
We all have our flying potions ready to chug, right?
I don't have a
That's
flying potion.
You
I
should.
do.
We had a total of 3.
Oh, I don't have one in my inventory.
Oh.
That's
'Cause
all right. We're fine. No, Breckec, we'll be fine.
Well, I will chug mine and then polymorph you.
I think that was the plan. I think there was only 2, and you were going to polymorph someone before you took yours. I feel like that was the plan, I remember.
Something like that.
Right.
I wrote down that we had 3 total, but that was a long time ago.
Maybe you were just inventing one.
A hopeful third, yeah.
Okay. So, you're gonna fly right up towards the pyramid, 300 feet up.
Hundreds of meters above it.
Hundreds of meters.
It's a stepped pyramid. Is the very top of it flat, or does it end in a point?
It's actually difficult to tell. Just because perspective and distance. But as you fly higher and higher, you can see that each level gets thinner. The base is huge, obviously, to support such a size. It gets thinner and thinner, and then at the top, the more you fly up towards it, you can see what looks just like the top of the pyramid itself is probably about 20 feet square. It's still fairly big, but not huge in comparison. It seems flat, but it seems to have make a perception check if you can discern.
All of us?
All of you, if you want.
I'll keep an eye. I want to see on top of this thing.
Can I guide myself or no?
Yeah. You can always guide yourself. Probably necessary.
I was also going to ask about as we're approaching the lower levels that are the flat portions. Nothing on there.
No. Nothing that stands out anyway. It's just, oh my god. It's just slope, flat, slope, flat, slope, flat kind of thing. You can't quite tell what's at the top without getting proper close to it. But it seems shiny.
There's no stairs all the way up from the bottom to the top or anything like a ziggurat kind of.
No, but there is. It's literally kind of like a reverse Christmas. I'd say reverse Christmas tree. That wouldn't work. Christmas tree in style, but the other way around. The steps basically go up from the bottom to the door, and that's it.
That's it.
Can we land on the top?
You want to?
Yeah, as we get closer, keeping an eye on it.
There's
we don't
nothing
see
there.
anything. It's flattish, but I don't know that I would want. I guess I'll say, I don't know if we should go directly over it. I have heard tales of pyramids that are focals of immense power, and that can be directed upwards. So maybe caution as we approach the tippy top.
It's made out of stone. Could we throw you and you melt through it and go through the pyramid?
That's literally what I was wondering.
I can. Well, I mean, we could see if I can penetrate stone, but as far as my magic, no, I can just go in and then come out that same spot. I can't go through.
Okay, because we could
but
dangle you through it.
But I could get a nice scraping of the stone. That's something to take back, right?
Could see if
No
it's
one's ever
magical,
done it.
maybe as well.
I don't know. No one's ever done it. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, let's go land on top of it. Just
I can also
why
lick
not?
it. So
You might as well.
Okay.
gonna happen.
You fly closer, approaching the pyramid, and it's windy, it's cold, You make a dexterity check for me, please, Sarador. Just to see if you can keep the carpet level.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. It's a bit hairy at some points. The wind buffets slightly.
And for guidance, just to see if someone would like to guide me. But,
Well, you know.
we're having some trouble there.
I'm too focused on looking at the stone.
You want to lick it now? That's all you can think of. Okay.
Exactly. You approach and manage to wobble your way in to the top, and the carpet is now level with the ground, or the surface of the top of the pyramid. The first thing you can see is that there's a probably 5-foot plinth with what looks like a giant glass orb placed on top.
We're taking this, right?
I'm gonna try anyway. So
we can't land because there's no flat surface.
It's about 20 foot, so there's space around it.
I mean, you can land, but I just sort of placed the carpet there so that you can step off it without having to step down. You can land the carpet if you like.
I'll stay on
just
for
I'll keep the
quick
engine running.
Yeah, basically, just in case something bad happens and you have to run on, we can go.
With my 11 perception, or I don't know if I could do an investigation, are there bird droppings up here?
No.
Or is this supernaturally clean?
It is very clean.
No lichen or anything growing on the stone. This is
no signs of life. You would notice.
I will step off onto it.
Okay.
Does the stone seem familiar to me? Or is it something I've never experienced?
You've probably never experienced carved stone this old. But this is an old pyramid. And you can feel it the second you step off into it, or onto it. The brickwork seems almost fused together, and like the feeling, like you have a very fine sense to it, and it's stone, it's solid, it's old, and it radiates age.
I just go, oh yeah, and I bend down and give a good lick to the stone.
It tastes rancid.
Is
what these blocks are made out of.
Is the orb glowing?
No, it just seems to be leather.
What does it seem to be made of? Glass?
Glass seems to be. See through it, reflects a little bit of the moonlight. It has that kind of refraction, the same sort of light refraction glass does, but there's no like light emitting from it outwards.
You said 5 foot, or
the plinth is 5 foot tall.
Okay.
It's sort of standing, probably just taller than you.
Yeah, I have to.
How tall is he? How big is the orb?
No bigger than like a small football.
Okay. Is there
Where's that
any
bag of holding?
Is there any sort of protection around it? Glass, anything, or is it literally
it's just standing open? It's just sat on the plinth, standing open.
Take the orb.
I take my spear and I give not the orb but the plinth a little poke, not just to see what happens if someone touches it.
Okay,
I've seen Indiana Jones.
Are you doing like gentle tap, or are you probably like giving it a shove?
First gently.
Okay.
And if nothing happens, then I will prod a little harder.
Well, there are no explosions. Nothing, no rumbling, no fire, no spikes stick up out of the floor. The floor doesn't fall out underneath you. Nothing happens. You want to give it a bit of a shove? Make a strength check.
No, I'm not gonna give it a shove. I'm just gonna.
Are you going to take it?
I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna take the orb.
I'm going to say, yeah, take it, and touch you on the shoulder and give you guidance.
Okay.
Before.
This feels like a trap, but I'm not smart enough to check for traps.
Okay. As you reach out and you touch the orb, there's make a Constitution saving throw. You reach out and you touch it, and there's like a gripping feeling in your hand that kind of spreads up your arm, and it's a combination of cold and also warmth, and you feel your hand start to stiffen and latch on. You can't let go, and you get flashes and visions in your mind of depths, pit, and some kind of creature that doesn't seem to have a shape. It's just a form, and it's sort of pulsing and writhing, and then that flash disappears and moves on to something you can tell is older, but you can't tell why. And it seems to be of people digging through stone and discovering a chamber with that same pit, but this time the pit is less defined, less circular, more rough in terms of its like stonework. And these people look down into the pit, and then tentacle, vines, and all sorts of arms and hands and tails and all sorts reach up out of the pit and grab hold and start swiping and pulling and smashing. And then that vision disappears into another vision, even older, of creatures you don't even recognize as being, that have no sense of scale or size. You can't tell if they're big or small. And around them you can see just earth. Dark, sandy, hints of grass, hills in the background. A mountain range that seems uniquely white, sparkly. And chain holding down something that can't quite perceive. And as that vision fades, you come back to, you instinctively are letting go of the orb, and there's a sense of like lurching, there's a lurch in your stomach. You almost feel the need to throw up. Hold it in. And for the briefest of moments, you felt connected to an infinite number of people and beings, which you also managed to seem to disconnect yourself. And before
Are you
know
okay?
There's wind and your friends and the top of a pyramid.
How long was she out before withdrawing her hand?
Barely a second.
Okay.
I take a deep breath. That was very unpleasant, and I relay everything that I saw and that I felt, everything that I remember. There's probably some things that I can't really describe, but I tell them about like the creature and the people digging, and the creature in chains that I didn't really see, or someone in chains that I didn't really see, and sort of so many visuals and so many impressions, and I tried to convey what I felt, and then I actually throw up.
do you think we can take it then, or?
I don't know.
Maybe this is enough we've learned that we should flee.
Do we bring the ropes? Did we bring the ropes?
What the two of you noticed, Sarador and Breck, Temerity reached out, touched the orb, and it kind of wobbled in her hand, and then she let go. And there was no real indication of anything happening.
Okay, but it wobbled so it could be moved, yeah.
Give me the bag of holding, please, sir.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm going to try to just take the bag of holding and... Well, I can't reach, never mind. Temerity, can you
give me
scoop
some
it in
of
this?
Give me some of the ropes. I'll toss them over it and then I grab it.
Oh, those are in the
Yeah.
bag of holding, so yeah. Ropes.
I take one of the ropes, I drape it over the orb, and then I grab the orb.
Okay. With the presence of something between your hand and it, I don't feel anything.
Okay, and then
are we stuffing it in the bag of holding?
I wrap it up in a way that it's protected and in sort of, in the ropes, and I make a knot so we can carry it, and then I put it in the bag of holding.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, I still might, just before you pop it in the bag of holding, as you're doing that, I'm going to cast non-detection on the orb.
Good plan.
We're going to lick it, I'll be honest with you.
I'm
Do
probably
you
not
have
going to lick that one.
25 gold?
Oh, is that 25 gold? I am not going to.
I'll give you
the
the 25 gold.
If you need the money, we can give money for spells.
Okay. I mean, ultimately, it's going in a different dimension once we stuff it in the bag. So it was just like an extra layer of protection, but
Temerity's the richest one, so.
But we're ultimately going to probably pull it out at the partner's HQ.
But it gives you 8 hours.
It gives us 8 hours, so it might be a good. Yeah. Sure.
Also, might not work on it because if Temerity was connected to, if she told us the infinite beings,
well, they'll know where
that's
we
concerning.
are, and they'll probably assume we have the orb with us. But
they might not know where we are because they didn't chase Pollet out of there. She's been in once or twice. I think twice, wasn't it?
Twice.
But
and
Pollet
she hasn't been murdered.
Get this far, and
well, we've done a bit more. We've kind of like jumped a few steps further than just trespass, but
I'm having severe flashbacks to Scales.
Okay, yeah, so we non-detection and you stuffed it in the bag. Are we leaving? I probably before going, I'm going to pull out a chisel and just try and chip off a chunk of the stone from the side.
Okay.
You get a few scrapings.
See if you can have a look for your stonemason's kit and see if it tells you what check that would be.
Or do I not? I don't have one in my inventory. I swear I had one though as part of my backstory.
Also, Breckec, when you do something like this, I don't know if you're very familiar with it. You're supposed to kind of like mark your territory as well. Just.
What, like a sacred flame burn?
No.
Into it?
Make a
like
strength
animals
check,
do.
Breckec.
Okay.
Make a strength check.
Like animals do, you know.
Oh.
You have to pee on it.
Well, I'll do
I
that
obviously
once
can't.
I'm standing. I'll do that once
Okay,
I'm
cool.
standing back on the carpet.
No, we're not peeing on anything.
Look, he knows he needs to do it.
No.
You sort of managed to chip away a very untidy chunk of the pyramid. It comes away and it feels sort of sandy, but there's also like, it's not sandstone, kind of crumbly. It feels very solid and dense inside, like as a chunk.
I pop that. I go to put it in. I have a pouch where I collect different stones I've found through traveling. I go to put it in there, but I don't want it to get lost, so I do put it in a separate pouch.
Okay.
Keep it separate.
Okay.
And then I hop back on the carpet and hand the bag of holding back to Sarador.
Nice.
And I do unzip. Wait, no zip. I unbutton.
So let's see how. Yeah, okay. You don't
I'll-
want me
I'll
to
do it.
persuasion roll you or anything. He's gonna do it. Yeah. Okay.
I mean, I've never done it before, and I'm all about those life experiences.
That's what I thought. That's what I thought.
Okay.
I will wait until I feel that we start to move away and just off the side. But
Do it right on the edge, so it kind of goes down like way down the side of the thing.
yeah.
Oh.
Okay. Right. I will be right back. We'll take a
Alright.
quick 5-minute break. And when we come back, you can decide what you're doing next.
All right.
Won't be a moment, everybody.
So, I mean, I'm also, as we fly away, I'm going to be writing everything you described to us to send, in case we don't make it back alive. Make sure that they at least learn about that. But
I'd also ask if they want us to go back or continue. If this is enough.
What do we want to do? Do we want to stay here for now? Do we want to try and get into the pyramids?
We haven't flown all the way up yet. We've just landed on top, so it might get us out of range, or we go out, drop off the thing, come back in as high as we can, and then drop down. But we are dropping down to like 50 feet where the entrance is.
So Breck remembers seeing a map somewhere of the area, and the mention of the chalky mountains. Remembers that there are some to the east of Moralesh, and if there was something chained under the chalky mountains, possibly that's somewhere else we can go to learn more. So I at least think we should go regroup. Maybe go
explain
go
what you
sleep.
saw.
Yeah, go sleep in Sarador's house and see if anything else shows up to smash up the place.
What did the note say again that we got last session?
The letter you mean to let us enter? Or from
No. There was something pinned.
That was
that
the
was
symbol.
The
was
symbol
just
made
their
out of
symbol.
copper or
Yeah.
something, right?
a brass 2-inch cult marked bronze cult of Semiphi symbol pinned to the wall, about 2 inches tall, little thing.
Okay.
Which I did not bring with. That's laying on the table at Sarador's house, unless someone else grabbed it. I just took that rubbing of it on paper. Because now I'm wishing I had that with me. Because maybe it was an invitation and I could join the cult if I had it.
Mm-hmm.
We can leave you behind if you want to try to join.
No. Now that we got the goods, I'm more excited about not joining the cult than joining the cult. But that could change again. We'll see.
Okay. Well.
As we're flying, I'm after I rebutton my fly, I am writing a letter of everything that Temerity described, and that we took the orb and are on our way back, or at least on our way away from the pyramid, and asking, I guess, if we should come to them or something else.
Okay. So
also mentioned that the chalky mountains sounded familiar to Breck from maps he studied before.
Mm-hmm.
From the vision, was it that something was like something was chained at the chalky mountains?
No.
In this long ago.
It was a space in an open ground, and the mountains were in the background. So the change thing was at this point, chained up, and then, yeah.
Okay, so never mind.
So it's
about
here,
saying,
then...
oh, maybe we should go to the chalky mountains, but no, never mind.
So maybe the pyramid was built on top of something that they chained up a long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
Seeing how old these stones are.
And loads of tentacles and things that grabbed people that discovered it at some point in the past.
We could just move, We don't have to go in here.
It'd be a great
I
campaign
think-
over, wouldn't it? Let's just leave, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
There's
we
some nice
return-
islands in the northeast.
I think we return the orb, and at least see what they want us to do next. Maybe this satisfies what they wanted. The knowledge of what's under there. I think it's a pretty safe leap in logic that this cult is being controlled by some old thing that has controlled its followers to build this around it, and that is the cult.
Mm. Well, I mean, I don't have any kind of like spell or any like human, elf, anyone like that who can do singular vision. What's the word? What's the thing where everyone can see at the same hive mentality kind of thing? A hive thing.
When Temerity was describing this, did it remind me of what happened to myself in the swamp when something pushed back into my brain?
No, that was different. That was someone digging into your brain. This was more akin, but much more powerful to a sort of charm or control. Whereas what happened to you in the swamp was someone digging into your brain for information. This was the orb seemed to be trying to exert a will over her.
Okay.
Well, let's fly up and out, I guess, and wait for a response.
That's what I think. There's certainly more interesting things under there, but if our original mission was looking through my notebook, Breck looking through his notebook, to enter and get artifacts from the pyramid and learn more about the cult. We have done that, whether we've done it to a sufficient amount. We have an artifact.
Didn't enter, but we have got an artifact. Potential artifact.
And quite a bit of knowledge about what might be on the inside.
Question is, can we get back into the... Do they have to get... Do we know if our, note means we can come back in again? Or would they have to give us another one? Or could we just fly over anyway?
We can always fly.
So we could... Even if they wouldn't let us in, we could always, go out of the city, fly up, and then across. Or just find somewhere again, hide, and fly up.
I assume we're discussing this. Are we just hovering, or are we on our
I
way
assume you're
toward-
moving.
I'm on the way back.
Where are you heading back to?
Are we going to the safe? Should we go to the safe house? Well, I sent a letter through the pouch and asked, what are our next directions? Basically, should we come back to you, or do you want us to pursue further before we return?
Okay.
But
you
I don't know if we make our way to the safe house.
You start flying back out of the inner city into the outer city, and there's no response immediately in the Documancy satchel. About 10 minutes after you start flying, you make it a fair heft over the city, because, flying's easier than walking. And then you feel like the unmistakable feeling of your satchel responding. There's just a note. Get more. Make a perception check, by the way, everyone.
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 I was going to ask as we're flying if there's if the streets are still full of cultists, or if anything has changed. There's just a bunch of dead bodies laying in the street.
You are distinctly aware, Breck, that while everyone is cleared out of the street, they don't have the same reaction of you leaving as they did when you entered.
Because we're higher up, I guess.
Higher up, or is it because this orb is no longer exerting control?
Maybe that's what was... Yeah, maybe that's what was linking everyone together or spying on everyone?
You want to try and go lower
At the
down?
eye.
Do you want to try and go lower down where we were previously, just to see if the people are trying to attack us again?
Hover back over a roof before we head back into the pyramid.
No, before we head back to the safe house.
They want us to get more though.
They want us to get more.
We can't we just regroup?
With who? I think we should just. I think we should just go to the entrance of the thing and just try lowering down near there and see what reaction we get.
All right, yeah, let's do that. I'm happy with that. I'm just.
Because I don't know what we're going to get from going back to the safe house now, I guess, really.
I am curious, though, that they no longer seem to be flinging spells and trying to get us. I would be curious to see what's going on in the minds of the people on the ground. But also,
we are like 900 meters up, aren't we?
Yeah, we're pretty high up. So I feel like our two options, well, three, yeah. Leave to regroup somewhere. Go down and try and see, hey, cultists or potentially former cultists, if we did break some link, what's up? Possibly me trying to read their thoughts a bit, or going in and just going in now, seeing what we should do.
The fact you've done that spell to that, I think we should make use of whatever time we can. Those 8 hours you might have cast, that's another detection on that might be what's preventing that things. So for that spell, like, is it concentration or just
no?
Okay, good.
Or if it was the eyeball that all of the people without eyes were using for vision, could be, and that they're blind at the moment.
I mean, from 900 meters up, can we see people? Could we see people on the floor, even if they're like tiny?
They're very small. But
so if we flew back over, we could.
You did, like, basically you flew back into the outer city, and consider it's only been like 25, half an hour. There are still people milling around, and you can see them. They're just tiny.
So if we flew back and they all started spilling out the houses again, we would notice.
Yeah.
So if we keep the same height and go back in, maybe they're not acting. I don't know. We don't know why they're not acting the same, but obviously we have left rather than entered, so they might not even know we stole the thing. Potentially.
That they were. It seemed like on the way in, they knew exactly where we were at all times and were unhappy. So either they know that we are now leaving and they're like, yeah, that's right, leave. Or they are no longer tracking us.
We didn't see them go anywhere, did we? They just weren't there when we came back.
You didn't see them, they just weren't there when you came back.
Yeah, because they could have rushed towards the pyramid, and then when we flew away, we didn't see them because they were the other end. We'll find out. I reckon we fly back, we turn around, fly back in at this height, and then
drop down toward the top of the stairs, toward where the entrance is, or go to the bottom of the stairs and
straight
see
to the
what's
entrance.
Around there. Straight to the entrance?
Yeah, and before we properly land, just see if anyone reacts to us there.
Sounds like a plan to me.
Cool. As long as we're down for that.
So,
yeah.
You fly back in. The first thing you notice is that nobody floods back out. Like, the streets don't fill with people. You fly back towards the pyramid. It's probably about 1.5 miles, maybe 2 miles at a stretch at some points. Again, nobody floods out to come and grab you or fling spells at you. The entrance to the pyramid is vast. Getting closer to it instead of the top of the pyramid, you can see that while it's not ornate in any way, there's no kind of pillars or, statues, plants in any way. It's very grand in size and scale. It does make the door itself is probably 30 or 40 feet tall, and the door is also made of stone. and when it's closed, it looks, which it is, just say, it seems almost fused. Breckec, being fairly well versed in these things, you can tell that while it does look like it's fused, it's not. It's just a door. And as you get close, big stone door. As you get closer and lower, close to the door, still no attention. Nothing comes out at you. And the wind dies down, which is quite nice. Quietens down a lot. And are you going to the bottom of the steps or the top?
We're going to the top, right at the door, correct?
Right to the door.
Yeah.
Boris, I think you might be muted.
I am. To the door, I think.
To the door, okay. They're standing at the top of the steps, looking down into the city. You can see that there are no guards at the bottom of the steps or the top of the steps. You can see that there seem to be people kind of milling around, but not in a way you've come to expect from these people. They always seem very thoughtful or regimented in what they do, but at the moment they just seem to be kind of aimless.
They're lost.
A little bit,
Not
yeah.
Not like frightened, running.
No.
Just like
Just a bit random. Breck, make a quick investigation check for me so just roll a d20, add your investigation, and then add double proficiency.
Oh, okay. So is that
25?
25?
Okay. You kind of instinctually, one of the two, can tell from the door that while it's huge and definitely weighs a lot because it is pure stone, there's no mechanisms to opening it, but there also doesn't seem to be a lock. Seems just pull or push, or maybe there's almost a courtyard-sized area in front of it, and you're maybe about 10-20 feet away from the door at this point, midway between the door and the steps, and there must be something. It seems simple, almost.
No scratches on the ground to indicate it swings outward or anything obvious like that.
No, from the way it's designed, it would definitely open inwards. But it seems there's just something about it, about the way it's sort of sitting, almost screams.
Magic.
Almost. Like, it's either too simple or innately magical.
I guess I'll say that to the others. It seems like this door, there's no elaborate mechanisms you'd expect on a door this size. I don't know if it's magical. I don't know if it's as simple as it seems face value, that we just need to push it in.
We can try, but what we should probably think about doing is, and I don't want to. Has anyone taken notice of us?
Not from what you can tell, no.
Boom! I'm gonna look like a cultist with my hat of disguise.
Okay.
Just because if they're not, I'm thinking if they're not linked anymore because they look aimless, like normal, maybe we can get away with dressing up like them. So And Temerity, if you put one, do you have one on already? The cultist robes?
We have 2 more in the back of holding, so I can
Yeah.
grab one of those and put one on. And one of them is wrapped around the orb.
Yep, I'll go ahead and disguise myself to look like one of the cultists as well. One of the kind that's missing eyes as well.
Okay. So the two of you disguise yourself. Temerity, you dress up in the robes. That's the one I'm looking for. Are you approaching the door?
After we've done so, I would say so, yeah.
We should probably land somewhere just slightly to the side to get rid of the carpet.
Okay, yeah,
Because
that's easy enough.
Flying, cultists probably. We've never seen anyone flying around on flying carpet before. A bit weird, I guess.
I have the ability sometimes to detect if there's magic present, but I can't do that right now. So
okay.
The door doesn't seem trapped. That I can. Well, have I? Did I effectively check for traps in that investigation roll?
No, it was just like picking up your innate ability to read stone.
You know what I'm gonna try?
Okay.
Your best.
That too, but I'm gonna do this.
Okay.
I'm gonna cast thaumaturgy, I can't say it.
It does say unlocked door.
to try and see whether the door's unlocked and whether it flings open.
Okay. It doesn't fling open, but it does sort of budge. Both doors kind of open a little bit.
Okay.
Almost like the spell can't have its full effect because the doors are too heavy.
Okay.
But they don't seem locked.
Just keep standing there. Thaumaturgy.
It's a cantrip. You'll get there eventually.
So either they assume that there is enough defense and or mystery about the place that no one would get this far, or for whatever reason that the people seem uninterested in us. Now, maybe this is an invitation like, hey, you took my orb, come on in.
Maybe. Could be a chat.
But, yeah.
But we were told to go in. Maybe the partners are working with them and they want to trap us, but why would they want to trap us?
We are certainly not important enough for that.
Speak
Maybe
for yourself.
we are just snacks.
That's what a second place athlete would say. Something you notice, the door doesn't scrape or scream or scratch or anything like that. There's no stone on stone scraping. There's nothing that you would expect to indicate it's like pulling or there's anything stopping it.
And I didn't notice it happening either.
It's not on like hinges or anything.
Well, no, it seems
like
to be on
floaty.
It seems to be on hinges, but it doesn't. It's not like it looks it looks sort of like fused wall. So when it opens, you would expect it to grind against the floor, and
it is so perfectly matched. Like there's not a gap for it to freely swing, so you'd expect it to have trouble opening.
Yeah, but it doesn't. Just opens.
Some old.
Is there some sort of gap that we can look through, or that even if it's black, that has formed already?
A little bit, yeah.
Is there any light coming from it?
There is a tinge of light.
If we start heading over there, we can also kind of like listen out to see if the cultists are talking to each other, like have their own personalities coming through now a bit.
Inside the door, you mean?
No,
there's
some in the courtyard, aren't there, on the way there? Like, there's some around. Aren't there?
There are. Milling around down at the bottom of the stairs, yeah.
Oh, the bottom, but none at the top where we are.
No.
Oh, straight ahead then.
So before we go in, I can only... This might be a little premature, because I can only do this once a day. But I recently learned a new trick, and I've been dying to try it out, so I will go ahead and cast Arcane Eye.
You're going to lose your disguise self, aren't you?
Yeah, probably. I can do that
Yes,
again.
because disguise self is concentration.
Yeah. So
No, it's
send that inside.
It's not.
Nice.
Nope.
Oh, nice. Perfect.
Okay.
Minor illusion or whatever it is, but I guess not. 30 feet, or I mean, I'll do it just inside the door, and I can move that around.
Okay, so that
See in all
lasts an hour.
directions. An
Alright.
hour, yeah.
It's pretty cool.
So do I see anything immediately inside?
The first thing you notice when you send it inside is that there seems to be... It's not as you would have expected, like... rooms. It seems inside the pyramid is solid stone. Almost like as soon as you step inside, it's like you're stepping underground into caverns and corridors carved out, like mined out. And the step, like the path that you see, immediately drops downwards. There's a speck of light about 60, or there's light about 60 feet ahead of you, downwards and curved in this corridor that is literally like a mine shaft. It's about 6 feet tall, 3 or 4 feet wide, probably about 5 feet wide, just for reference. And it's got sort of like wooden supports all the way around, and the roof is slatted to keep it from caving in. It's a complete change to what you would expect.
I convey that to the others and say, since there's no one obvious on the other side, we should move in. And Temerity, does this look similar to the image you had, the vision you had of people mining?
Does it?
I mean, it would make sense.
Yeah, it does. Sort of. But I need to see it to confirm.
So
Yeah.
I will make a push on the door with my own hands.
As you step closer, in like yourself, the door starts opening more and more the closer you get, to the point where, it opens to about a 10-foot gap. Open, so it comes in and lets a 10-foot gap and then stops. Considering it's a 50-foot door, it's like a 50-foot tall bit of underground is carved out for it to slide into, but there is literally just probably about 10 feet by 5 feet of a corridor carved into it.
Okay.
This would be a good time to have something immovable to prop the door open, but I have a feeling the door might not stay open for us.
I heard they're very valuable, like 500 gold or something.
Boy, you'd hate to lose one of those.
I know,
without getting
right?
Your full money's worth.
Imagine if he was actually here to hear us ragging on him.
Yeah, I just step in. I step into the. So is there light, or is there torches or something? Anything?
It seems like further about not immediately as you walk in. The only light you see is about 60 feet down, so it's just about bright enough to see where you're going. As you step in, the first thing you notice, there seem to be tracks on the floor, not like foot tracks, rail tracks.
Rail tracks.
There aren't rails, but I mean, like there are actually. Okay. They're searching for something, aren't they?
Just so we can see properly, I'm lighting a torch. I know we all have dark vision, but I want to make sure that we can properly see.
Well, we can also, I mean, explain to me how your arcane eye thing works, Breckec. Sorry, I've not seen you use it before.
Yeah, so I learned this recently, knowing how poorly I am, how poor my skill at disguise and sneaking is. This allows me to look ahead. I mean, yeah, pretty much can go anywhere where there's a door, can fit through maybe not any keyhole, but under most common doors anyway. And for an hour, I can look around without looking around, and
Okay.
so yeah, I plan to keep it at least like 30-60 feet ahead of us, at least to each next corner as we're going through.
So it's either that, or we keep it watching the entrance to see if anything follows us in. Being ahead probably make more sense.
Well, that's true.
I mean,
you could use it as a scout, or you could use it as like a backup, you know.
That's true. My thought was looking ahead because I'm so noisy in my armor that I would not have to sneak potentially, but
ideally
keeping an eye on the door. Keeping an eye on the door might not be a bad idea either. Well, it can, for an hour, I can move it around. It moves about as fast as I can move, so
I guess we could always...
I can always send it back.
Yeah. Send it back to check on anything coming behind us, maybe. Yeah. So it looks like... So you said you saw something chained up in this kind of position. So was that something maybe got buried here and now some new people are trying to dig it out, maybe?
Gave you control of the dancing light, by the way. You can use it as your arcane eye.
It looks like it wants to move me in tandem with it.
You got both selected.
How do I unselect?
Just click and drag somewhere else.
Oh, yep. I had both selected. So.
Okay. Well, who's the most perceptive of us? I guess the eye. But the eye won't trigger traps as well.
That's true. It probably can't see traps. It's not giving me the 30-foot vision for it, so I can move it around, but I'm not actually able to see.
Okay, we'll keep it like 60 feet ahead of us, 50 feet ahead of us, maybe, and then we'll just...
Hey,
I don't know if I'm supposed to, but I can see the whole thing. Meglo.
God damn it, Yathina. How did you hack it, Yathina?
At least tracks. I thought that was on purpose. I could see all the way.
Down to here.
Yeah. Me too.
Well, I think that's because it's lit up.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Okay,
I can't see around the corner or anything.
No, me neither.
So as I send the eye around the corner, I kind of hush and say, "Wait, I see to the right ahead there are people. I can't tell if they are
the
same type of cultists we've encountered." Or...
Three men stood there, kind of facing away from you currently, seemingly working at something or sitting and relaxing maybe. They aren't alerted to you right now, but they're all wearing armor with like metal strips basically wrapped around them, attached by leather underneath. You can just about make out. None of them are wearing helmets. They've all got gauntlets and greaves, leg plates, and like hefty boots, and they each have a sword and a crossbow on their back.
Missing an ear still.
Again, sorry?
Missing an ear?
Yeah, that's what I asked. Do
they
have both ears?
No, they are missing the left ear.
Okay. These guys look like a level up from the regular things we've seen outside.
They look like actual soldiers, yeah.
So I am observant. Does that apply to what I can see from this arcane eye? Can I lip read if they're talking?
You can't see. They're facing away from you anyway, so you can't tell. Like conversation.
Visible though, isn't it? You could move it right in front of their face, so they wouldn't see if you could read their lips.
Unless they have true sight, yeah, I could.
As you come further around, you see a fourth.
There is a fourth around the corner as well.
We could walk past like we're supposed to be here, but we haven't seen any other people wearing these kind of robes in here. So that might be a no-no anyway. This was the only way to go, wasn't it? There wasn't another way.
No, this is literally still in the same tunnel. The light next to you on these barrels here are what was causing the light from the door, or to the door.
Okay.
So I say I also see a number of levers with these tracks, and they go in several directions, and there's some other machinery and things around, but obviously we have to decide on what we do. I don't think we've proven the most talented at convincing people, deceiving people. So we could try to sneak by, or we could try to kill them, or I don't know.
We'll go for the sneak.
Okay.
Why don't we just go for the hug the wall? Go for the sneak around. Not obviously like tiptoeing, because that'd be silly, but like just casually walking.
Casual. So
Because I'm
quietly
guessing the path is up
like,
here, is it?
Quietly acting like we own the place.
So basically, the tracks that you're walking down are basically following the only corridor, the only tunnel.
Yeah.
It seems to lead into this more open space. Breckec has informed you of this spot to the right, which seems to be more like a resting spot.
Yep. Dead end then. So just
Dead
we
end.
have to go past. Okay.
Yeah. And there is about straight ahead of us, there is a corridor that looks like it has some nooks and crannies, but I haven't looked in depth that direction.
Okay. You said they had crossbows as well. So have to be careful about that. But I figure if we just walk past with the hoods up, and then if they like shout at us, we just stand still until they approach us, and then we just turn around and go slash happy.
Yeah.
Yep.
Also good to know that if Breckec can't see the arcane eye, I can't select the arcane eye. But that's
okay.
I moved to where it was in my vision again. Okay. So.
Okay, so let's try to. I want to be stealthy without being quiet more than like tiptoeing. But we'll try to hold to the weather shadows there could be, I guess, as well. With hoods up.
Yeah,
okay.
I've still got my armor on, but I look like a no eyes cultist. That's true. You said I can't see their mouths, so I can't probably see if these ones have eyes or not.
No. Everybody roll stealth checks for me.
I will use my Swift Neblin camouflage once again to cancel out my disadvantage.
Oh dear.
Cool. Get ready to fight.
Okay. As you're all walking down, what's the marching order? Is this it? Like Sarador, Temerity, Breck?
Well, in my head, I wanted to say that I'm spending a key point to, on my turn, be able to action dash or bonus action dash, so I could be quicker than everyone else.
Okay. So what are you thinking? Like,
so instead of for my normal turn, I know it's not initiative, but for my normal turn, to spend a key point. So instead of 45 feet, I move 90 feet. So I would be very quick around the corner, essentially.
Okay.
You'd be ahead of me.
Yeah, then I would be ahead of him.
And
Okay,
I'll follow behind Sarador.
You can then so if you do a straight line and then click, and then you can continue. No, not like that. No, then go to like 45 feet or go to here, say, and then no with the draw thingy.
Okay,
because you can measure it out, so you can do like 25 to there. I was thinking here, right? And then
I can't see that. I can't see there, so.
Yeah, but I'm thinking you get to like here, and then you're measuring out where you're going, instead of just being like 90 feet in a straight line. Because you don't, like you said, you don't know how far you've got to go. So.
Yeah, I don't know how to do that with the.
Control click, and then get to where you want to go and click, and just keep doing it.
Control click.
You have to keep hold of control.
Oh, okay.
Like to where you can just about maybe make out is 40 feet, and then So what I would say is you can't use your full movement until you've got to where you can get to, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Can
I get to here?
I mean, maybe. My view of you says you cannot.
Okay.
So you can only really get to where you can see. So it would be a case of deciding when. So it's just a case of deciding when you're dashing ahead of everyone else as you're stealthing. Dashing while stealthing would give you disadvantage.
Okay, then I'm quicker than them anyway because I have 45 feet. Then I'm not dashing. I'm just using my full movement, and because I'm quicker than them anyway, I will be ahead of them anyway.
Okay. So you're dashing ahead. So you dash to here.
I can't pull myself. There you go.
Sarador. Well, no, Breck. You managed to get a bit further ahead, probably to about here-ish. Before Sarador bringing up the rear. Trying to be sneaky. His foot catches on one of the rails and slips off, which for a graceful feline shouldn't be a problem, but for this time it is because you're just kind of underneath his feet. Completely by accident. It's just a lack of spatial awareness. And your trailing foot catches his foot, and then Sarador continues to go kind of out of control, tries to grab hold of one of the wooden support beams, slips off that, and basically ends up face first in this water trough here. Which, as your face enters, you are submerged. It splashes, making lots of noise, and as you're recovering, kind of gasping, you're a cat, you don't like water. Breck and Temerity, you do hear a commotion and a bit of an exclamation of surprise from the four men on the like raised pavilion, essentially.
Yeah, and I am mind's eye just locked onto them as we were sneaking, so not just hearing but seeing them, I assume, rousing.
Yeah, and that's kind of part of what caused Sarador to trip. Your attention was split. You're kind of half watching where you're going, also watching them in your arcane eye.
It's my first time having a third eye looking in a different direction. Yeah. That is also seeing in a full 360-degree orb around itself.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot to take in, and you don't manage to do it very well. Temerity, I'll give you one action, bonus action, or reaction, or movement. Sorry, so action, movement, or bonus action, because you aren't really involved in the kerfuffle. And then we're going to initiative.
Okay, so I can decide what I want to do.
One movement, or one action, or one bonus action. That is essentially your reaction for this moment.
Okay. Movement. I am moving. I'm moving here. I'm hiding behind here.
Okay, so you're going to move there. That will give you half cover, like half cover, adding a +2 to your AC for now. And then if you wish to stealth later, that's your choice. But from what you gather, they did clock you going that way.
Okay.
And the second time today, I need you all to roll initiative, please.
Well, we can talk our way out of this. It's fine.
I was gonna say that answers my question of if they were assuming an aggressive posture or just looking startled.
Startled and weapons. One of them does go for his crossbow over his sword, but the others just draw their swords and start making to move towards you.
Okay.
Better. I'm impressed.
Yeah. Is there a little step here, or is it the
yes,
ladder?
it's a 10-foot ladder, so it's a 10-foot platform basically. Steps, ladder, step ladder.
Is there space under? Oh, okay, so there's no space under this platform.
It's full of crates and barrels.
We know it's in crates and barrels.
I was about to say, similar to the ones you've seen previously.
Does my stomach turn a little as I see that?
Yes. Temerity, you're up first. Your monk reactions are doing you well today.
Okay. I am going to. I can't really do anything because I'm too far away.
She puts herself too far away.
Oh, I know.
No, I can't really do anything.
I didn't measure beforehand.
There'll be initiative after this. Runs away.
I literally said you get one action and we're in initiative, and just like, yeah, I'm gonna put myself in a completely useless spot. These cuts in between you and there would also be able to give you cover. I don't know whether you can do anything from here onwards, but
yeah, I can move. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna. Can I move into one of them and like duck down?
you could jump in them, yeah.
That's what I'm gonna do. I'm moving into one of them, into this one, the one at the back. That's 25 feet.
Okay.
Oops. Still too far away. This was so dumb.
Regrets.
Yeah, regrets. Okay, how far is this? 30 feet. 30 feet. Is there any water around?
No.
All over.
Apart from the trough.
Cerador,
yeah. So that seems to be, from what you could probably gather, like their water source, basically.
Pocket. Okay, whatever. Okay, I'm getting out of hiding. I have 20 feet of movement left. I'm moving here.
Mm-hmm.
And I am spending a key point to do water whip. Yes.
Okay.
On this one here.
Okay. You can target him. There we go.
You have to roll a saving throw.
That's why nothing was happening.
Yeah, nothing happens. Oh, half damage.
Okay. Makes 25 halved to 12.
Yeah.
Good roll.
Describe your water whip for me.
I don't even move. Just out of thin air, a whip appears and makes a splashing noise and whips him in the face.
So as you run from one crate, you sort of run from the back to the crate and spend a second just about able to see the person you're aiming for. You summon your water whip and jump forward so that you're within range to kind of jump upwards and reach him, because it's a bit of an awkward angle. He manages to just about jump out of the way, but it still splashes him.
Yep.
Okay, is that your turn?
Yeah.
Sarador.
Okay.
Managed to just about recover yourself from the water.
I was going to say, is Cerador prone?
No. Not quite.
Right. Feline agility.
Nice.
Since I've run out of uses, but I get it back if I move 0 feet, so
yeah,
I should have it.
Give it a shot.
Let me just actions. It's got 1/1 uses on here though. Run out of its design attribute. What are you on about, game? It says I've got 1 out of 1, and it won't let me cast it.
Oops.
So yeah, I get double movement basically. If I just use it, and it does. I'm going to do it so it doesn't use the actual thing. It'll work.
Just let me do it for you.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
So I got double movement.
Yep.
So that'd be enough to get like, because I got 30 feet, so plus that's 10 feet. If that's 10 feet to go up the ladder, so
Yeah, so it'd be 35 up to the top.
so I could get to there quite comfortably.
Yeah, it'd be about 50 feet in total.
So I'll actually probably. Oh, how do I get up there? So I've got 2 there. Okay, I tried to do a sensible, so I can't get surrounded, but I don't know if I can. So
this guy at the back is the one that pulled out his crossbow.
Okay, but they've all got crossbows on them, though. Yes,
They've all got crossbows on their back. The front 3 closest to you have gone for their swords over their crossbows now.
Oh, but also this one here's the one that got hit by a Timothy's water whip, wasn't it?
No, the one
This
closest to you.
This one.
Oh, okay. Yeah, never mind. I'll smash this one. So make sure how far have I moved so far? So I've moved.
You're on about 50 feet.
50 feet at the moment then. Okay, so I've still got another 10 if I need to after this attack. Okay, I'm going to bonus action cast Searing Smite.
Nice.
Boom, cast spell. And then I'm going to attack this one right ahead of me. My great axe.
Yeah, that hits. Roll damage for your 27.
Damage.
And then
DC. I'll do damage for it, but you've got to do a DC 15 con.
yes.
Oh well. But he might fail the con. Does not.
Does not. So he takes the 1 extra fire damage plus 8, so 9 points. What does your Searing Smite look like?
I'd like to think that from the middle of the shaft at the top, a little so it glows a bit of fire, then like shoots out a bit, so it looks like the axe is slightly bigger, and like a flaming curve either side.
Nice.
And then when it hits, it kind of like just like sinks into the body. How's this one looking? A bit rough?
No, he's taken a hit or two, but he's still looking okay. He's getting himself ready now.
Okay. I'll have to go again then. I will swing a second time.
Go for it.
I'm dumb. I forgot that I have 2 attacks per action.
What weapon attack? Or?
Imagine
Yeah.
Oh.
forgetting the abilities you have as a monk, Yathina.
That
You're not-
water wick
you're not-
count?
Disproving the meme right now, you know that, don't you?
Shut up.
I'm going to dump in a Divine Smite into this as well then.
Go for it.
So, if I can. It's special, isn't it? So I can. So I didn't roll. Right, so critical damage, first of all.
Yep. 20.
Oh, nice. Plus Divine Smite critical as well, yeah?
Yes. All dice get doubled.
Yeah.
So 36. Ooh, nice. Roll an extra d4 for me. Nice. He would have had 1 hit point left, so I was like,
Nice.
describe your hit with your Divine Smite for me.
Okay, so after the first one, then he's like, I think he's like beating up a bit of fire from him. On the reverse, on the left to the right, I'm slashing into his like, side of him. And then just as I'm like, oh, this is a good hit, I'm just going to like, I don't know, close my eyes quickly and just like pray the damage into him. And then my axe just like bursts, big like, big radiant burst in the side.
On impact, just feel your axe continue. And as you open your eyes from after casting your spell, after casting the Divine Smite, there's just your axe is basically embedded right to the this sternum from inside, and everyone else just sees this white flash of divine radiance as Sarador swings and makes contact. It's pretty gnarly.
Okay, now I've got 10 feet left. Could I get down onto the stairs?
If you jumped, yes, but if you've got feline agility, then you can land on your feet.
If you're right with that, yeah, I'll try to go. I want to kind of get down there just so that I could maybe block them all from rushing me.
Okay.
that's allowed. I can roll whatever you want me to do.
No, that's okay. You jump
Okay.
down, negating the 10 feet of extra movement you'd need, and land on your feet deftly, comfortably.
Okay, it's blocking them from running down if need be.
Breck. You're
Muted.
muted. You are muted.
Question. So Bane targets I can see within range.
Yes.
Does my extra sight from that count, or does it have to be line of sight from myself?
No, you can use your arcane eye.
Okay. I was kind of hoping you'd say no, because that would make my decision easier for whether I bane them or bless the team.
It is the B&B question.
You know what?
Do it.
I'll bless the team. I'll bless the team. So
Oh, such a team player.
yeah. Give everyone a good old boosty boost.
So
to
you lose your
saves and
idea.
attacks.
Yes.
Oh, right.
Your eye does fall.
Boy, I hate concentration.
yeah, level 4 spell gone.
Well, I can't do that again.
You've got a great 10 minutes out of it, man. Great 10 minutes.
Yeah, but also,
a chance to stealth by that we didn't take.
well,
Or
I
that we
tripped
didn't
over.
make. That we didn't make
So
anyway.
that's my.
Yeah, I'll bless everyone.
Okay.
I don't know that there's a whole lot else I can do offensively, but I can just about reach behind there, so I will go take cover behind this cart. From there, can I see the people up on the platform?
Not now. Now that this guy's fallen, the rest are sort of just about hidden.
Okay,
The only
but
sight-
assuming that they're gonna rush forward to attack, probably.
Yeah, the only sight you had was from your arcane eye, which is now gone.
Yeah. Well, from where I'm standing now, can I see the people up above, or that
No.
angle's still not great?
No.
Okay, so I'm gonna rush over here, take some shelter, and that'll be my turn.
Okay. This person is going to run forwards here, and then jump down on top of you, Sarador, and try and attack you with his sword at the same time. He's going for cool over practicality.
Oh.
So I'll roll this. I don't think 10 hits.
No.
No, he's going to swing again as he's still falling. 19?
Yes.
Nice. You take 8 points of slashing damage as he jumps down off the ladder and goes to land on top of you, swings, you parry it away with your axe, and he swings again as the parry kind of sends him to the side, and he is now stood next to you, having given a hit. This person is instead of doing that, going to run here and just shoot you with a crossbow. Going to put his sword away and pull his crossbow out.
Okay. He's not point blank, is he? So
No, he
he
can
doesn't
aim.
get disadvantage. Yeah.
No, you can aim. He's just going to aim at you too, straight down at your head. I mean, why wouldn't he, right?
I need that.
21 again. And take 5 points of piercing damage as one of them jumps down and slashes out at you, another one runs and just basically the bolt pierces through your ear and just goes straight through and lands in the ground. Just
Is it at least the same ear that they're missing? Or is it the opposite ear? Roll a d4.
Your right ear.
Okay.
So your right ear
so-
has been involuntarily pierced for you.
Okay.
So
And
it
then-
wasn't a recruitment attempt.
No, he is now going to step back
Oh,
here.
cheeky.
This
son.
one is going to step here and aim at Temerity.
Mm-hmm.
Stood out in the open, as you are. Gonna raise his crossbow to you and have a shot and miss probably with an 11.
Yep.
Yeah. You just managed to definitely go woof as the bolt passes past you. And then this guy is dead. So then we come back around to Temerity.
Can I climb up here?
You could quite easily jump up on this thing. You don't recognise what it is, but it's 5 feet tall, and then there's no fence in the way. So
okay,
you could
I'm
easily,
jumping.
It would be an athletics check.
Okay.
But
yeah, I'm jumping. I can't move myself where I want to move.
probably because there are walls in the way, but I can do it.
I wanna move direct on top of this thing directly in front of him. I'll do an athletics check.
Oh, were you only going up 5 feet? Or are you trying to do the whole thing?
Well, I was going to go here.
This machine, like this contraption, wouldn't be stable enough for you to sort of balance on and attack.
Okay, yeah,
So
then I'm going to go. I can't move myself now. I want to
know.
move here.
Yeah, that's fine. You manage to jump up and you feel it sort of start to give, and manage to just about launch yourself up and land like sort of right foot up and then left foot on the next level up, and you manage to just jump up in 2 steps, 10 feet in 2 steps. It's quite impressive, and you are now next to the crossbowed assailant.
I'm going to kick him in the face.
Okay. 27 hits. I think when it comes to like 27, I don't even need to say it, really, do I?
I'm targeting. No, I'm not. I am targeting myself. Here we go. 10 points of damage. I am going to, after I kicked him in the face, I'm going to knee him in the face with my other leg.
Okay.
Okay. Left kick, spin round. Okay.
Yep. Oh, okay.
Yep, that hits.
Nice.
And then I'm going to spend a key point to do flurry of blows.
Hang on a second. Don't do anything just yet.
Okay.
The kick to the face, and then the sort of like follow-up knee to the face sends him off balance to a point where he's kind of you're winding back for the flurry of blows, and he just falls.
Can that be a wood chipper? That thing next to her.
Into the sort of contraption. You don't know what it is, but it sort of falls inwards with him as he falls, and he takes another 6 points of damage.
But he's not dead.
He's not dead. He's still. You can still see him like groaning and moving as he's like just fallen into this.
Can I reach him from where I am?
No, you'd have to go down. He's like fallen 10 feet essentially.
Okay, then.
Through it.
Like a WWE table situation.
Literally. It's like when they jump off the entrance ramp and there's all those boxes to catch them.
Yeah.
Well, then I'm going to save my flurry of blow.
Okay.
Yeah, and then that's my turn. I'm not going to do a bonus action.
Okay, Sarado.
Cool. This one, he tried to be cool and jump and attack me. Yeah, not very impressed with him.
No, of course not.
No. How many spell? I mean, we might need to save spell slots, though, aren't we? Let's save spell slots. I'm just gonna go for a swing on this one in front of me.
Oh no, the thingy's just 15. It does not hit.
Ooh, disappointing.
Disappointed. Precious quick.
Go for a second. Oh, even worse. What's wrong with
Oh
me?
no. He doesn't have a shield, but he manages to get his longsword up to block the first blow. And then as you come in for the second blow with a great axe, he just parries it away and starts laughing in your face.
I just killed one of your friends. It's not funny. And then I'm going to use 0 movement this turn, which means I get my feline agility back.
On your character sheet,
Mm-hmm.
have a look and see if the attributes, and then there's like your lay on hands, divine sense, and feline agility. You can just add that back to 1.
Yeah, it seems to it on this point.
So
the action's a bit.
Go on.
Okay, you carry on.
Oh, yeah.
I'm done.
Okay, sorry.
So I was excited for blood on this guy that fell, but seeing Sarador struggling, probably going to just head on over here and do a nice. Why is everybody targeted still? I feel like when it's not my turn, if I unselect targets, it reselects them on my turn. Anyway, I'm going to smack with mace because it's pulling it out off my back as I run up.
Flanking with me as well.
Advantage.
Oh, advantage. Probably. Well,
that still hits, but roll anyway.
Maybe you roll a crit.
Crit. Same.
Of course not.
Ish.
So yeah. A
4
whopping
points.
4.
Ooh. While he's distracted, parrying away Sarador's attempts at hits, you come in and you just smack him in the small of the back with your mace, and you can see him kind of recoil in more surprise than pain because it doesn't really pierce through the armor, but you've got his attention.
Well, and then seeing Sarador, he doesn't look too roughed up, right?
Nah, he's fine.
Yeah, so definitely not using the spell slot, so that'll be my turn.
Okay.
Or actually, I will go. Good thing we have these disguises, and then I will end my turn.
Okay. This guy that you've just hit, Breck, is going to go for Sarador first with his longsword, and he's going to go double two-handed. So he swings down with 2 hands. Bang! You manage to parry him out of the way, and in the same swift movement, he swings round and goes for an attack on Breckec, who gets his shield up. Like, he's so unused to having to go for some target smaller than him. He sort of swings down, and you're just like, it's not even a strong swipe. It's a bit pathetic, really.
I laugh at him a little bit now.
Yeah. This guy is going to continue to try and shoot you, Sarador, from his new angle.
Thank you.
Technically, that should have been with advantage because you are flanking. I'll roll again. 21.
Who's flanking? Oh.
Yeah, this guy's got flanking with the other.
Okay. 21, yeah.
It's not very often I get to do flanking. So you take 5 points of piercing damage as he fires off the crossbow bolt that you don't notice it until it pierces your other ear. You now have 2 holes in your ears.
Okay. I didn't have to pay for it, at least.
True. This guy who's just fallen through this contraption is going to use half his movement to stand up, and then he's going to climb out. And can you get to here? No. Alright, he's going to come to here and take aim at you, Temerity. And try and shoot you. Knowing my luck. Ooh. Temerity. Hit you.
Hits.
And you get 5 points of piercing damage. You think you've just about evaded it, and it, like, the crossbow bolt slides along your chest and does no damage, and then nothing happens. I
catch it and I throw it back at him.
For What's the 20?
The 20 is the damage that I reduce. If I reduce
Right.
the damage to 0, I can throw it back at him.
Yeah, that was certainly 0 roll damage.
No, I need to roll an attack first.
Yeah, as in, okay. I mean, yeah. Okay. There's almost no reaction. He just stands there in shock for a moment as you stop and catch the crossbow bolt, and then you can see the look of surprise as your arm swings out and throws it back, almost pinpoint precision. It would have pierced his heart if his armor wasn't quite so thick and tough. It kind of gets caught in between the splints, just about breaks the skin. You can see like he puts his hand to his chest and pulls it away, and there's blood in his hand. He doesn't cry out though, which is something you do notice.
None of them have cried out so far.
None of them have cried out so far. The only sound you've heard from them is the laughter.
They didn't enjoy it, no.
No.
Okay, let's check it.
I'm going to follow that up with one of my darts.
Mm-hmm.
Where's my dart? There we go.
I feel like that was Temerity, not Yathina. He was like, "Where's my darts?"
Yeah, pretty much.
Yep. Jesus, guys. Come on. Okay, 6 points of piercing damage. Nice. You almost instinctively, as you fling back his bolt, like, where are my darts? And you pull a dart out and fling it underarm at him. And like the animated Robin Hood film, where he splits that arrow, it's kind of the same thing. Your dart just splits the crossbow bolt, almost piercing it into his chest further. He still doesn't make a sound, but you can see he's kind of like struggling to breathe.
But he's not dead yet.
Not dead yet, still standing.
Okay, then I'm going to follow that up with another dart.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, shit. 16?
Hits. No,
Okay.
misses.
Misses, okay.
17 you're aiming for.
Okay. And I am going to position myself strategically here in hopes that that dude attacks me instead of Sarador.
Alright.
And that's my turn.
Okay. As you fling off your second dart, this time he's so kind of like overtaken with pain that his body's too much of a moving target to hit it accurately. Sarador.
Okay, hoping that Breckec is satisfyingly distracting this one, because he did hit him afterwards as well. I'm gonna
His
attack
attention
him.
is split between the two of you.
Yeah, so still flanking as well.
Yep. Whack.
Oh my god, that's 3 in a row. That'd
That
be terrible.
misses. I'm glad one of you's rolling badly.
Plus a d4 as well.
Oh,
that's
that was a 1 and a 20.
That is an interesting roll. But then you went and ended up with a 30, and it's just like, great.
Yeah. I might have one more crit for this episode. I can't crit some ones.
Count the 1 as well.
Oh, I do. I've got to be on 5 1 so far today.
That 1, you rolled a 1. It counts.
Oh no, that just counts.
Oh, what?
If it's advantage, it's a nothing, isn't it? So that's what I'm not going to bother pumping a spell slot into this, I don't think, because I think we're doing okay. So I'm just going to hit him.
Okay.
Take the crit.
So it's 21 points of damage.
We rubbed the 2, didn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, describe your hit for me.
Frustrated at 3 in a row that had been parried or just slightly missed. And he had a bit of a smirk on his face. So I'm just going to two-hand it and then just try to ram it into his mouth and give him a bigger grin if I can.
Yeah, he's definitely not grinning anymore. You give him a good he parries away the first one and just continues laughing at you. The second one is almost more of a stabbing motion than a swipe, and you catch him right along the cheek, and you've kind of caught his just enough of his mouth to open up the jaw, so you can see like the whole of it inside of his mouth through the side of his face, and it's a grim sight. He's still grinning, In a
He's still-
sense.
in a sense. That's my 2 attacks. I don't think it's a bonus action I really want to do as such. So I'm just going to chill and
Okay.
hold on.
Breckec.
They're laughing. Is it like, are they all laughing in unison, or is it like
No,
normal laughter?
it is just him.
No.
He's not laughing anymore, though.
Oh, okay. I pick up where he left off, laughing, sort of in a mocking,
Tone?
doing an impression of the laugh that he was doing. So, picking up the exact cadence of laughter he was doing before, and
Mimicry.
swing my mace down at his head.
Wow. He's taller than you.
Swing his mace down at his toe, sideways at his knee.
I was going to say, go for the knees. Always go for the knee.
Oh wait, an advantage again. I forgot the advantage.
You did just hit, so roll with advantage.
Oh.
Yeah, even better.
Okay.
24.
Straight for the knee.
4
Wow.
points of damage.
I assume he's still up.
Still up. You give him a good thwack to the knee. His armor takes the brunt of it, but you can see it caves in, and now it's kind of like pressing against his knee. Doesn't cry out, buckles a little bit, manages to compose himself. Is that your turn?
Do you not have 2 attacks?
Not a cleric.
I
no.
don't have.
We're not.
I don't have 2
Okay.
attacks. Yeah, I'm wondering. No, I'll stay here. I was wondering about running at the other guy and just taking the opportunity, but no, I'll stay here.
Okay.
So yeah, that ends my turn.
Cool. I mean, it's going to be Sarador. You've just done the most damage to him. Not impressed. He is going to try and hit you again.
Mm-hmm.
For 14. And then he's
No,
going
no,
to try and hit you again.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
20 something. 22. Awesome. Two-handed. 5 points of slashing damage. As you slice open his mouth, like, there's a reel of pain, and then his knee kind of almost buckles, and he just takes his sword and swipes wildly at you, and don't even bat it away. You just duck out of the way slightly, and he just swings back and manages to catch you, but it's such a wild swing. It's almost a slap. He hits you with the flat side of his sword, and doesn't do as much damage as he should have. Kind of stuck. He's not going to move. This guy is going to drop his crossbow, redraw his sword, and come for Temerity. Going to move forwards, and one swipe at you, Temerity. For an 11.
Nope. Nope.
And then another swipe at you. Oh my god. For a 12.
Nope.
Great. Cool. Kind of stuck as well. He's going to stay put. The crossbow man, now with a bit more space, is going to go for Breckec. Gets advantage because technically flanking. 21. Nice. Normal damage. You take 5 points of piercing damage. As you're wailing away at the other guy's knee, a crossbow bolt comes and kind of just about pierces through your armor and makes it maybe half an inch into your side, and it does. It hurts. You know about it, but it's not. literally. And then he's gonna jump over these barrels and give himself some cover.
Okay. Attacking this dude with my unarmed strike. Oops, that was a bonus action, doesn't matter.
All the same. hits. I was like, oh, that's... Oh, no, never mind.
That's low, no.
7, okay.
Yeah, and I'm gonna do that again.
Are you punching, kicking?
The first one was a punch to the nose. The second one is an elbow to the ribs.
Okay.
For 9, and then I'm going to spend a key point for flurry of blows.
I would hold off on that. He's going to do a dex save as again.
Okay.
Because these shots aren't insignificant. He manages to just about hold on to the rail and not fall over the side. So you do get to do your flurry of blows.
Okay, I am going to do flurry of blows, which is 2 more unarmed attacks. Oh, that was hovering on the 1.
I mean, it hits.
And this is a kick to the neck to, just rid him of his breath for a second. And then where's my unarmed attack? There we go.
Yes. Jesus.
And that one is just another, in quick successions, 2 kicks to the neck.
Okay. He manages to... That's when I rolled a 20. You give him like punch to the nose, kick to the stomach, and then neck and head and stuff. And he manages to just about hold on. And after the 4th hit, he kind of rights himself, and he seems to have himself quite well balanced and together.
Okay, I'm not going to move. That's my turn.
Okay, Sarah.
Cool.
I did at one point in the past play with a homebrew rule that an attack roll of 30 counted as a crit as well. So nearly happened there.
Arador's already done that. I'm not having that.
That was an actual crit, yeah.
True.
That was on the 20, yeah.
Double crit though. That does exist though. Anyway.
Go for it.
Yeah, same deal again. He came at me twice last time, so flanking still.
Still hits.
Damage. Reroll the damage for me. Thank you.
12.
How's he looking?
He's still standing. He's taken some hits. He's looking rough, but he's still standing.
Okay.
These hits are mostly taken by the armor. Aside from his face, the majority have been sort of the brunt has been taken by the armor. But you still feel it, and he's given signs.
Okay. I'm going for trying to embed my axe in his chest.
Yep. Excuse me, another 12. Jesus. He is still standing. Barely. It's outside of a D4, so...
I'll see about pumping a smite into that last one there, but nah, I'll save the slot, I think. I kind of wanted, but I'm not going to chase the other one down, but I think we're probably okay.
Okay, Breckec.
So, laughter cut short by the arrow in the back. Not gonna run after him at this point. Just gonna turn and kind of the and transforms into and speaking some. I guess that's less undercommon and more deep speech, but sure.
Who knows?
And I'm going to Sacred Flame, Mr. Bow.
Okay.
That's a saving throw, DC 16.
DC 16, that's pretty good. That's quite.
Well, it's based on his wisdom, so.
Yeah.
Ah, 14.
So 10 radiant.
He takes it in the chest like a champ. Because it's not an attack roll, so he takes it. It's like he rises up just to sort of take a quick look, and as he does, he sees it come towards him and sort of doesn't know what to do. Seems like he's getting up to turn and run, and the Sacred Flame just smacks him full in the chest, and it kind of pushes him a little bit back, and again he's still standing. He's kind of fallen below the crates again. But...
and I think in this case I will actually, even though it will take away your flanking advantage, he's just going to charge him.
Okay.
Taking an opportunity from Mr. Bloody.
Don't worry, we're okay.
Chops through the arrow shaft through my back.
Basically, he just about catches it, and it does just send a spike of pain, but barely anything.
And that's my turn.
All right, it's now his turn. Can only go for Sarador, so that's whom he shall go for. Attack numero uno.
He loses his sword.
Sword through his own neck.
He's so weak that as he goes for the strike, make an attack roll.
Ooh. I get advantage at me too. I'll re-click.
It's alright, you'd have hit anyway. That is a literal 30.
Okay. The lowest was 14 something.
Yeah, that still hits.
Okay. Yeah.
You don't need to roll damage. As he goes to roll his attack, you react quick enough, swing your greatsword, and you just cut through his arm at the elbow, and sort of follow up and just swing the axe to the side, and in like one swift movement, you've managed to sort of get through the arm and through the neck, and just decapitates him as he falls to the ground.
Nice.
He now did. This guy up here, going to continue going for temerity. No visual reaction to his colleague's death. No swing again. As you move out of the way, you're just dodging them left and right, and he just cannot seem to hit you. Every time he swings, you just either step or like pull back.
I'm just too fast.
You're just too fast. He can't get you. This guy is again going to drop his crossbow and go for you, Breck, with his longsword. Two-handed. And probably miss. Get his shield up again.
Ooh.
This time, as you're still kind of recovering from the strength of the strike on your shield, kind of slightly stunned for a moment, he brings his sword up and swings underneath. And manages to catch you in the chest. For 9 points of slashing damage. I actually got some decent damage in. So yeah, take your damage.
Well, maybe I shouldn't have charged and pretended like I was Mr. Melee all of a sudden.
And now back to Tamara.
I'm going to move around him, so I get. Do I get flanking if I stand here?
No. Because Sarador's not engaged with him, because it's a 10-foot drop.
Okay. I'm gonna go here anyway. And continue my assault on his neck and face.
On his general person, basically.
Yes.
You said general. I was going to say genitals then. I was like, what?
That actually too. Yes.
Oh.
Never mind. I punched myself in the face.
No, please hold. Please hold.
That is 7 nat ones today so far from us. And enemies.
I rolled 3 today, or 2.
Okay, Temerity, make a dexterity saving throw.
And you get to add a d4. Hopefully, yeah, I did that.
So you go for a punch. And
Oh wait, -4 though, because I think it added the 4 from Breckec.
Yeah, you're still within range of Sarador.
Oh, Sarador.
The bless
okay.
lasts, so you're fine.
Got you.
So you go to go to throw a punch, and he actually catches your arm, and it makes to try and throw you over the banister. And
84.
And he kind of does, and you let him, and then you lightly come back through, like the fence essentially. Roll damage on an attack. Like roll an attack and just roll damage.
Jackie Chan.
So I get to roll damage.
Yeah, roll the damage for your unarmed strike. So
I literally kick him in the groin.
Yeah, literally.
As I move back under the fence.
So rolling a nat 1, you think, crap, this is like really bad. He catches your arm, goes to throw you over the fence. You recover from the his throw almost immediately, allowing it to happen, and then you come back through the fence, literally fitting your body through like this very thin gap, and just give him like an almighty kick in the groin, and he takes the 11 points of damage, and is also flung back here. So you essentially are here now, and he's here.
Okay, I'm moving up and use my second attack.
Mm-hmm.
Guys, do we want to keep one of them alive?
No.
Okay. Never mind.
Oh,
okay.
Nice! Finally, a low roll that doesn't hit.
I still do get to do my bonus action though.
Yeah.
So I still get to. I'm not gonna use a key point. I'm just gonna use a bonus action. Hello, where's my bonus actions? Bonus action, unarmed strike. Oh, fuck you. Okay.
Are you keeping track of your key points?
Yeah, I have 3 left.
Cool. Just checking.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I'm going to. So I think it's too far away. I'm going to use my
jump. You could come into the carts. So you could come to here and then into there, and still be within range. You would just kind of be balancing a little bit.
It's okay. I'll probably just use, because I'll get it back on not moving. So I'll just use the
Elan agility.
Yeah, it just doesn't let me use it from the top bar up there again for some reason. But I've added one more back onto it, so I'll try to do it from here.
You can do it in features.
But it just doesn't seem to want to work unless I just don't use a valuable resource for some reason. I don't know why. For me, anyway.
Right.
But I've taken it off my thing anyway.
Yeah,
so that gives me 60 feet, which is going to be
more than
enough to get around him. Well, it might be enough to get me flanking around him as well. Let's have a little look. Let's have a little look, shall we? So if I go to here and then we have a difficult movement to get up to here.
You can make an athletics check, and you could try and jump over the carts. Still using movement, but just to get here.
Can I do that without using athletics check 55 to get around
go for it.
Just because I just know I'll get an out one, and it'll just be a waste of a go.
I had to add a D4 to it.
True.
I can't. It doesn't let me move very well. I'm just going to move around a little bit.
I think because the steps are technically walled in.
Gotcha.
So you have to move around the walls.
I threw away my 4th level spell slot, so we really need to make use of this bless.
Yeah, I mean that's what I got 34 a minute ago. Yeah, okay. I'll just swing at this one in front of me then, who is flanking with Breckec now.
Yeah.
Hey, can I reroll for me? Thank you, game. Oh, well.
I mean, that is exactly how many hit points you needed. Describe your kill for me.
Nimbly like a feline, because I am. Just quickly run around the tracks. This time not tripping over. Get around behind him and kind of I don't know, I feel like the camera's if there's a camera, following behind me as I kind of go around behind him, and he's looks over his shoulder and just sits next, just go. And he's back, and then I look up and says, "There's one more left." I've got 5 feet of movement to go there.
See, in my head canon, the camera would sort of follow you to about here, and then fly up over the crates and follow you around as you came in, and then zoom back in just in time for the axe swing.
Yeah, in my head it was kind of like an anime running thing where it was following behind me as I was running around.
Could do that too.
But there are no cameras.
That's
close
in
up on Breck's face, spray of blood.
Yeah, that too.
I'll give you a thumbs up, and then I'll just jump on this cart here, trying to like get towards the next one to help out. But I don't think it is needed.
Now Breck's turn.
So can I attempt to, was it athletics or acrobatics when she climbed up there over this machinery?
When Temerity tried it, it was in one
Yeah.
piece. It's now caved in because one of them fell in there. The guy that just died fell in there.
Right.
So especially for you now, it wouldn't be accessible.
Darn. I really wanted to look like my hero, Temerity. Can I see them up there from this angle? If I stood on the cart, maybe even?
Yes, if you stood up on the cart, you can see it. From down here, it's a
Okay.
bit too locked.
Yeah, so I scramble up on the cart, seeing that guy's face.
He's not looking good.
Yeah, blood splattered across my face now. Upset that I haven't gotten a single kill, and boy do I love killing.
I haven't got a kill either.
Oh, that's true.
Sorry.
I'm gonna go ahead and try the Sacred Flame, just to try and save my friend from taking extra damage if I can.
Yeah.
So
That's fine. This guy, it doesn't quite take all of it. It hits him in the side and it sends him off balance a little bit, but he's still just about standing.
Alright, actually, even though I know I can't make it, just gonna head
Try
the
it
rest of my
anyway.
movement- Yeah, head the rest of my movement over to here, ready to scramble up, just in a rage. I'm not a barbarian, but like,
I feel like
past life maybe.
I feel like you climbed up to here and it's a really undignified sight. Like, you sent off your Sacred Flame and in a rush of adrenaline, you charged forward as fast as you can, and then you got to it and you kind of did a really weak jump and pulled yourself up and your little feet are just like this scrambling at the side, and you just about managed to pull yourself up, and then you realise, uh-oh, and then you fall back in.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Cool. I approve.
That's my turn.
Alright. So, Temerity, the person in front of you, is still standing, looking very rough. He's going to turn and swing at you. He's currently facing away from you because of the sheer number of blows he's taken. He brings his sword with both hands and tries to swing at you, and again, you just step to the side. And you can visibly see no sound, but he's starting to look frustrated. 16!
Is my armor class.
Yes! He manages to swing and actually hit you for a change, and with 5 points of slashing damage, just about glances down your arm and just patches you a little nick on your arm, but he thinks that's an achievement.
Yeah, a little one.
And now it's your turn.
I want to try something. I would like to combine my 2 actions or my 2 attacks into one, and I would like to attack without damage and grab his neck.
I mean, you can grapple him.
Okay, that's what I'm attempting.
So you
To
can
grapple his neck.
make a strength check. He will attempt to not be grappled.
That should be plus a D4 though, right? That's as an ability
No,
check, or is it just saving throw?
It's just saving throws and attack rolls, I think.
Yeah. You go to grapple around his neck, and he slips down. It's like he's bleeding, and he just manages to smear his face down your side, and just enough blood comes out. It makes it a little bit easier, and he's still standing there, kind of, you know.
Okay, then that was my action. I actually can't do anything else. I wanted to talk to him. I wanted to grapple him and then sort of interrogate him, but that didn't work. So.
You can still try talking to him.
but well, then I ask him. Sorry, then let's go back one step. Then I ask him, "Who are you? What do you do here?"
Okay, roll a persuasion check.
With advantage because he's covered with blood?
No.
Because I punched him like over and over and over again.
I think that would have the opposite effect, honestly. Okay, we'll see if that has an effect later on.
Okay.
Rando.
Sarador's like sees what Temerity wants to kind of apparently do, I guess, trying to grapple, asking questions. Also has finished off 3 of them so far.
He has, he's kind of owned.
It's like, does he go for all 4, or will that make the others feel like, no? I'm gonna. Can I see? I can see him because I'm on top of a little minecart.
Mm-hmm.
Can I see the figure?
Yeah.
Can I? Okay. Can I throw a javelin, but I want to turn it around the other way to do non-lethal?
All right.
I want to throw it blunt ways, just
Okay.
so that, if that's all right.
Give it a go. Why not?
I'm gonna guess it's 35 feet away. I'm guessing it's not.
It would be closer to 40 because you're aiming upwards as well.
Okay, javelin range is
60, I think.
Oh, 30 and 120.
Oh, so it'd be with disadvantage.
And if I move closer, I wouldn't be as high up, so I wouldn't be able to see him. Is that correct?
Yeah.
I get two attempts at this as well, so yeah, I'll throw two blunt-ended javelins.
Go for it.
Disadvantage.
Disadvantage. That's a lie because Temerity's there, so it's straight roll.
Okay.
Again. That misses.
Okay, and I'll throw my second one at normal.
That one hits. Roll a.
Sorry, that's roll damage, but not lethal. But sorry.
Well, you can't really non-lethal a ranged weapon. I was gonna say roll a d4 and then add your proficiency instead.
Okay.
So roll a d4 and add 3.
Let's do that and then add 3. Okay.
Okay. You throw your first javelin and it misses completely. You roll your second javelin and it literally bonks him on the side of the head and you can see he's kind of dazed. Just about standing.
Remind me to pick those up after. If I move 0, but I might just try to move 25. I get to the bottom of the stairs if I go 30.
Mm-hmm.
Potential, let's go. So I will
Do have
do
double
that.
movement. Use of feline agility.
It only counts for 1
Oh,
until
okay.
So yeah, I can't use it until 0 again.
Fair enough.
But I'll chill at the bottom of the stairs for now.
Breckec.
All
You're
right.
inside this contraption. So you're 10 feet.
10
You wanna
feet up. I don't know about the jumping rule and whatnot. I know it's based on strength, but there's underneath there's barrels and things I could in theory sort of scramble up if I use my whole movement just to get, well,
It would be an athletics check. With
to
disadvantage.
get to the top end there.
Yeah. With athletics with disadvantage.
And I'm so bloodthirsty, I'm not even going to use guidance.
You're just in your battle rage.
Yep. Athletics with disadvantage.
Mm-hmm.
Boom.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Bah.
That is unfortunate.
7.
You kind of hold onto some barrels, get your feet onto a couple of boxes that are a bit taller than where you are, and then you jump, and you miss, and you fall back down.
Was that my full movement to do that, or
It was your
can
action.
I make my way? Okay, it was my action. I guess I will just and go ahead and take the slow way around.
Okay, you can climb out easily enough.
Oh, I can't though. I need someone to help me.
I need an
that's a
adult.
GM.
I need an adult to get me out.
And I'll just circle around and wait behind.
You
Sarador.
could get through Sarador, I think.
I don't think I can get up though from there, right? That's...
What's 15?
I couldn't get up the ladder. I'd be blocking the ladder.
Yeah, true.
So I'll just get there. Maybe pushing Sarador on the back, like.
Okay.
Get out of my way. I want.
This is mine.
Blood.
This is mine.
Yeah, that's my turn.
Okay. Right, Temerity. Buoyed by his 3 hit points and the fact he hit you last turn. He's going to miss again. And then he's going to try and hit you again. And miss again. And you can kind of see, as he misses for the second time, you just step out of the way of his blows. Like, they're so weak at this point. They're barely even a thing. You can see like a look of resigned resignation. And as if like he kind of knows what the end result of this is going to be.
But my persuasion check didn't do it. Persuasion check didn't do anything.
No.
Okay. Well, I'm going to punch him in the face, trying to knock him out. Non-lethal blow.
Mm-hmm.
Very non-lethal.
Well, I feel like with a nat 20, I would be able to very much control where I'm hitting and that I'm not.
I guess
hitting
it's
hard
critical
enough to kill him.
success, isn't it? I
The
guess.
5-point exploding heart technique. So as long as he doesn't walk
What?
5 feet.
I kind of want you to have her put her fist through his head, though, a little bit.
You know, I'm thinking the opposite of Yathina's logic, because she rolled so well on the attack. Roll a d4 for me. Before you roll, odds, like an odd number, so 1 and 3, you successfully knock him out. Even, 2 and 4, you kill him.
Okay.
Nice, you successfully knock him out. He is unconscious on the ground. Like, basically, good old jab to the nose, and he just falls to the ground. I don't have an unconscious status effect, so he's asleep.
Okay.
Combat is over. Yes.
Well, I don't know if Sarador would make your way up that ladder your next
I
turn,
would.
but the whole way just scrambling at your heels, screaming, ah! And then I get up there, and you may need to hold me back because I'm going in mace out.
Okay. I knocked him out. We can talk to him.
I'm just gonna watch.
Oh
No, and I
okay.
hold Breckec's mace. I just hold Breckec's mace. Stop.
Okay.
I'm sitting down. Fine.
Sorry, I just got really excited there.
Does anyone have any rope?
Probably.
I don't know if I do.
Yeah, I got 50.
You should do.
Oh, I do have ropes. Well, okay, can we tie him up? Can we tie him to one of these chairs here?
Sure.
I don't really see the much point. They all seem to just. They don't seem to feel pain. I don't know.
I just want to see if we're missing anything and maybe he can give us any information. If he can't, Breckec, I'm very happy for you to kill him.
Okay. I also wander over here and pick up a javelin off the floor and go,
I was about to say.
guys, I found a javelin!
I got 2 javelins around. I want to find them. Oh, over here. I think there's another one over that way as well. If you can pick that for me as well.
Oh, it's yours. I thought it was...
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I pick up them both and I bring them back over to Sarador.
Can either of you, or does either of you have any magic that can give us an insight into what he's thinking or what he's
Yes. Yeah, I will. Because this.
doing. Maybe not
nothing.
now. Wait until he's awake. But you know.
Zone the truth, but I don't want to waste the spell slot, if I'm honest with you.
Ooh. Well, mine is different. Does it matter if they're conscious or not? Must make a wisdom saving throw. I assume being unconscious, that would be at a disadvantage, right?
But if he's unconscious, he doesn't have any conscious thoughts. He may have dreams or something, but he doesn't have any conscious thoughts. That's why I would say wait until he's awake again.
Yeah, the last time we were dealing with them, though, it seemed like they didn't have much thoughts of their own anyway, so...
But I still would like to see if there's anything that's different, if there's anything that... These people seem different, right? They don't seem like the same that we encountered outside, so I just want to see if there's anything they can help us with, any information that they have.
Well, yeah, and you're right. I should wait for it to conscious. I didn't see the at 6th level. I can then, once it fails its save, use my access to his mind to command him. So, wait, there's even more text down here. Anyway, so I think I could probably tell him, spill the beans. Tell us what happens in here.
Okay.
With limited success based on our experience.
As he is tied up on the chair, his head is kind of lolled back. And Sarador, you didn't notice it earlier in battle. You were kind of focusing else, like your focus wasn't 100% on him. But this person unconscious in the chair tied up is missing their tongue.
Thoughts? He can still think?
So they weren't screwing out in pain because well, maybe for a couple of reasons.
They could still scream or laugh like you saw, but they just won't be able to speak.
Gotcha. So initiates lose an ear, then like a next level up, they lose their eyes. Wait, do these have their eyes or no?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
so
okay.
it's just the magic-y ones
like an
lose their
alternate
eyes.
cult progression system.
Mm.
What do you want next? Eyes or tongue?
It makes sense that these aren't magic because you have to speak to cast. So
yeah. We're gonna get down down the corridor and we're gonna find people with one leg just hopping along like at the level 4.
Yeah, okay. So maybe the command is less useful other than I am in their brain. So
it does say that
yes.
You can read their surface thoughts. Those foremost in its mind reflecting its current emotions and what it is actively thinking about. So, you know, that would...
Even though it couldn't voice it, if I say, what is the path to the most valuable thing in here? I would be able to see him imagining the path he would take to go there or something.
Yeah, like you'd still be able to feel it.
Even though he's going with his non-tongue.
Yeah, or not talking at all. Yeah.
You guys wait with this one. I'm just going to check something.
Yep.
And if I just go, I'll move if you want to, but back up here just to quickly put around the corner and see if the doors are still open.
They are not.
They've closed up. Okay, I won't get in there enough to see if they open again for me, but I'm just checking. And then maybe searching this area to see if there's any artifacts.
Just from a easy glance, there's shelves at the back, as you can see, but they are basically holding various mining tools and equipment, more rope, a few grapples, like the yeet kind of grapple, boxes of like basic rations, like dry rations, and then pickaxes. On the tables are basically just empty beverages, empty cups, some with beverages, and then a few tools.
I I want to try to fashion something.
Mm-hmm.
Bit of tinkering.
All right.
So, a rope, a grappling hook, and can I get a bucket somewhere? Yeah, looks like there are buckets maybe, and put some coal and stuff in them. And along like this kind of line up here, I want to fashion a little tripwire connected to like a bucket, which would make echoing noise hopefully throughout the chamber if anyone came around behind us.
Okay. If you want to take some time to do that, you can do it without a check. If you want to do it quickly, it would be a dexterity check.
Well, they're waiting for that one to get conscious again, I guess. So I'll just depends how long that takes.
It'll take.
Tapping him on the face.
It's not something you're particularly used to doing,
Mm-hmm.
so you're not overly proficient at it. It takes you about half an hour, 40 minutes to like get it so that when you press it, the coal, like the bucket tips. But you know, there's enough support, like enough supports either side for you to wrap the rope around and like create the pulley so that when it pulls from the one side, the bucket tips and makes a lot of noise and rattles and everything.
Okay, I wouldn't if he wakes up before then. I'd just stop. But if he's still asleep,
he's
then
still passed out. He's taken a lot of hits.
I'll do that. Are we about to get a short rest in or something? I've taken a few hits myself.
You could take a short rest at the same time.
While we wait for him to wake up, I want to look around whether there's any crates like the ones that we've seen in the swamp.
There are underneath the platform. Some of them are empty. It seems the ones underneath the platform are empty. The crates on the tracks, some of the carts are still full. Not of coal, of the same sort of fleshy, goopy substance you saw in the swamp.
Okay.
Got a taste of the meat.
So can I roll? After an hour, can I roll some dice, or should I roll some dice now?
You can roll dice now.
Oh, an hour? He's still out for an hour?
Yeah, he's properly out. Enough for you to take some time.
I guess so. I'm gonna not get my channel divinity back then. Since we're doing that after.
Not bad.
2 dice back to full health.
Short rest.
Do I get anything back?
Does one of you have lay on hands pool?
Yep.
Can you give him 1 hit point back?
He's got 1. He's not 0, is he? How does it work?
Well,
At
my
this
thinking
point,
is
he is just unconscious.
my thinking is just to give him a little bit of a health boost to make him wake up.
Sure. I will lay on hands 30. 30.
1, yes.
You give him 30 hit points back. He springs to life, breaks free from the ropes, and kills you all.
And murders all of us.
I don't know how to cast it for just like 1 HP very well. So there's that, and I'll just take 1 HP off my pool.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
If that's okay.
Yeah, I didn't know if you were. Well, you used hit dice, not lay on hands on yourself.
Yeah.
Never mind.
There's 1 HP then. I'll cast it on him.
And you can see him stir. He doesn't immediately weaken though.
I'm holding his cheeks and jostling his head side to side, like, hello. Hello.
Maybe you should lick his cheek. You've tasted everything else so far, haven't you?
Yeah, well, if everybody else is back up there, and he was still during the short rest period, while everyone else was doing stuff, I was curious. I guess I won't be moving, but is this what material is in the mine cart?
These carts are what hold the meat,
it has
flesh
the crate
type thing.
Stuff.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay, so it's not some special stone they're mining. Okay, well in that case, yeah, I lean in and did he get slashed in the face or he was just pummeled?
Yeah, this is the one that was just pummeled. This one was literally beaten down by temerity.
So it's like nose blood and ear blood. Well, I take a lick anyway. Just probably like chin to forehead, just all the way up.
Tastes bad, man.
Like not like normal blood? Because I do like normal blood.
Tastes very irony.
Okay.
Did
it
he
rouse
does eventually that stirs him awake. You can see his
Okay.
eyes kind of flash open
Hey.
and stare at you
Wow.
And
intensely.
okay, and with that, then I will, channel divinity, read his thoughts.
Okay.
I'm going to keep an eye out if that's okay.
Yeah. Just roll perception for me.
DC 16 whiz. Oh, and we've all lost bless at this point. Oh wait, no, that was Sarah.
Shit.
Well, so I still get his surface thoughts, right?
Yes.
I just can't.
That's the wrong effect. I was like, let's get rid of bless, and I placed darkness instead. You still get his surface
saving
thoughts.
throw. On success, you can't use it again until you finish a long rest. Yeah, so on failure, you can read its surface thoughts for a minute. I just don't get to command him. But I guess still just saying, where is your master in this place? And
What they're digging for?
You hear Sarador just, what are they digging for?
What's in the pyramid?
yeah.
What's in the box? There's a delay in response thoughts. You ask the question, and
So his mind is just blank,
almost, yeah. Like his surface
I guess he
thoughts
was
are very
unconscious.
aren't really there. And then you ask the question, and like a flicker that you would kind of expect there to be thoughts to read. And then roll another wisdom. You roll a wisdom check for me.
Not saving throw at least. Okay. Classic.
On brand.
On brand. There's almost like a duel in his head between you and something else. Vying for control of his thoughts. And you kind of try and push in further and further and further and further to get anything. All you can really pick up is a tunnel, a hole. Deep. Very deep. Like, the further you push into the mind, that's all you pick up, just descending.
Cool.
Make an intelligence check.
Intelligence. Even.
Arcana, sorry.
Cancel that.
Yes,
oh, Arcana. Even better.
Nice. You become aware that your spell or your effect, your magical effect, has stopped working, and now you're not burrowing into his mind, you're burrowing, or you're seeing.
So, not something I'm forcefully revealing, but something that's intentionally being shown to me, maybe?
Almost. Almost like potentially by sheer force of will, you are projecting yourself, and if you had rolled higher, you would be able to make it further and maybe see what is actually affecting you or what you are like zooming towards. But as it is, you descending hundreds of feet.
The knowledge. Oh, I was gonna say the knowledge from. Maybe it's late because I already did the roll. I was gonna say the knowledge from Yathina. From Temerity's vision doesn't give advantage on kind of understanding what I'm up against.
No, because you only realise what you're looking at once you realise you're not burrowing into a brain, like into a mind. You're burrowing to the earth, into the ground. And
what do we see?
You just see Breck looking intently at the soldier that was unconscious.
But not speaking anymore.
Not speaking.
Okay.
Slowly leaned in, I imagine, and I'm forehead to forehead.
Because
as I was pushing deeper mentally, my mind body isolation isn't great, so I like kids who lean while playing video games to turn better. I'm literally pushing my head into his now.
But once you realize once you realize what you're seeing, it clicks in your head. This sounds like what Temerity was seeing. This seems deep.
Well,
Breck, are you okay? Oh, fuck.
Oh,
okay.
It's not real TNT up here. It says TNT on the barrels.
No, ignore the TNT signs.
Okay, cool. Just checking.
Actually, I think you'll find that says lull, just with weird L's.
Okay. Lull. That exists for explosives, doesn't it? Actually, they probably do exist, but it's not here.
So yeah, we're going to end that there for this week. We'll be back next week, question mark? Yep, good. We'll return for episode 6 next week. And we'll see what happens. Interesting developments. Good job, guys. You didn't die.
Seriously didn't die. That 34 attack hits and stuff. I
mean, that was pretty impressive.
I mean, we're probably trapped in here, but we haven't died yet. That's next week.
I did that.
At this point, you're basically gods, right?
Exactly.
Cool.
So,
we'll see what happens next week, and I'm looking forward to it. I'm excited already. To see what you can uncover. Don't forget, if you missed Scales of Destiny on Tuesday, that it's up on YouTube now. Admittedly, it's a day late because some idiot forgot to schedule it. And then this episode will be up on Wednesday, up on YouTube. If you missed any of it and you want to catch up on what happened, or if you want to watch it again, to kind of, if you missed anything, follow the Twitter stuff. Yathina posts updates on there because she's better at it than I am. Follow Burious if you actually want to watch good streams. And we'll see you on Tuesday for Scales of Destiny. Hey, we did the plugs. Who are we rating, Yathina? We're rating these people. And fabulous. We'll go say hi to them. And we'll see you on Tuesday. Scales of Destiny, episode 28. 28th episode. Goodbye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye-bye.